to the channel. Double A have here with another dose of the Moss Media channel. Your boy Big Mike is on the left side. What up, Mike?
Woo! Woo! Shit. Oh, welcome back, everybody. This feels really good to be back in the video.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's been a
God, I
minute.
need to do that. Ooh, I was good.
It's been a
Getting a
minute.
little, getting a
So
little.
all right, let Mike get loose, no homo. And then it's been a minute though. On the real, last time we were on here, we had Elijah. We had the other brother's name is escaping my mind right now, but we
Ooh.
were like, oh yeah, we're gonna be every week get on a schedule, and then obviously that didn't happen. So I just want to let y'all know a couple reasons why. Well, one, I got sick as hell. Uh, I thought I had the COVID. I didn't. I had the flu, but you had me fooled because I thought it was COVID,
Yeah.
and then right after I beat that shit, right, what I'm saying, I knocked that shit out in the seventh round, and then I caught the stomach flu on some bullshit. So and then my son got sick, and then my whole house got sick. So it's been a month of being sick for the most part. I don't know what Big Mike's excuses, but that's mine.
Damn. Damn, son. Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, no, I mean it's been a combination of that. I mean, obviously we both have separate lives, so that where we go about, handling our business on that end, and we just kind of weren't able to hone in on a time that makes sense for both of us. Thursdays are going to be the attempt that we make, y'all, to get this consistent content out there to you guys. And I do apologize for that. I know that a lot of you guys have been asking me, at least I know on my end, when whether or not we are, or if we are going to be making videos continuously. And yes, the answer to that question is absolutely. It's just a matter of scheduling. The shit is harder than you think. So to all the YouTube content creators out there who,
Yeah, round of
um,
applause for y'all. Round of
you know,
applause.
and even the ones that do it together. I mean, even the ones that sit in the same room as one, much less to speak doing it on Zoom,
Yeah.
like applications. I definitely give you your props because
Oh yeah.
shit ain't easy.
It
Shit ain't
ain't
easy,
easy. It
especially when
ain't
you're
easy.
when you're growing up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you're growing up and you're grown
Yeah.
and you're doing grown things. You
Yeah.
know. So anyway, yes. So guys, yes. So we have a jam packed agenda today. I kind of wanted to make this a dual pronged episode just because I know we've been slacking on getting you guys the content. So I know we wanted to kind of jump in. I mean, this is a very special day, and me and Aaron's lives, and I should say it's a very special day of the season. And by that I mean it's trade deadline, right? The NBA trade deadline has come and gone. It's officially passed as of 3 p.m. Eastern. And a lot of teams have made a couple of, little shakeups. Some of the top heavy teams of the Eastern and Western Conference have made their moves to sort of cement and to solidify their rosters. And when they're making that late season push to the end of the season and to head into the playoffs to make the run for that coveted championship. So, what me and Aaron wanted to do was just kind of go through some of the bigger trades of the afternoon slash morning, and sort of just give our take on what's going on in the NBA and the climate at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think we'll start with the biggest one, which is the Harden for Simmons
Yeah.
trade from the
Yeah.
Sixers to the Nets.
Honestly, Mike, I'm not surprised that that was a landing spot for Harden because someone, I think maybe like on First Take or Undisputed, one of those sports talk shows, was saying how like that was a possibility, and I was like, why the hell would Brooklyn trade Harden in division? But then I was like, well, I mean, Daryl Morey's there, and that's his
Mm-hmm.
boo thing. So if anyone's
Yeah.
going to go like hard for Harden, no pun intended, is going to be Daryl Morey. You know what I'm saying? Because like he already knows what he wants. So yeah, again, I wasn't surprised with that at all. And honestly, like I said before in production, I think that this is a great move for even Ben Simmons, as long as Kyrie could be on the court,
Mm-hmm.
because then you have Ben Simmons out there, probably with this huge battery in his back, running around, being that quote unquote LeBron 2.0 that everyone sees that he could be. And I think we've all seen the videos of him hitting jump shots in the gym. So as long playing with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, if that don't get you shooting jump shots, then nothing will.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's serious. Two of the greatest jump shooters that I've ever seen, uh,
Hmm.
and two of the greatest skill players that literally I've ever seen. So, I think this is going to be great for him and his development as long as he could keep, like you said, in production, keep his head on straight. And then
Hmm.
Harden, I mean, Embiid doesn't run a lot of pick and rolls. He likes to hit the ball like the mid post on the elbow and work there. But I think that they could probably pull off some pick and pops because obviously Joel's shooting like 38% from three, so which is phenomenal. So I think that's definitely going to work. I'm more intrigued now going into like the second half of the NBA season than I definitely was before. So this is great. Just with that move alone.
Uh huh. Yeah, no, I think I'm with you. I think at the end of the day, both sides won. I think the reason why that is normally I wouldn't be a fan of cross division transactions,
Hmm.
because of just the nature, especially when you're both competing, and
Hmm.
you're both in the running for at least the top four seeds in your conference. I wouldn't really recommend. But in the case of Ben Simmons, this was a very particular and very sort of strange occurrence. It's not very common where you have a guy who's got still, I believe, 4 years left on his deal,
Hmm.
who essentially, puts his foot in the sand and says, "I'm not playing for y'all ever again," by just his actions. Because initially he made the mention that I'm going to seek mental health, going into mental health protocol where I'm going to then take it upon myself to get my head right, and then rejoin the team at a at a later date when it all when the Sixers tried to coordinate these two things. Him and his team basically were reluctant uh to go that route with the team. So you already knew that this was basically a standstill, to create that further barrier to let them know, hey, look, guys, hey, all wishes to you, but this is just not where I want to be going forward, which is his decision. And then with that, puts the organization in a bind, because you can't, when it comes to a player like Ben Simmons, while whether you like him or you don't, the tools that he essentially can provide are still quite viable for most playoff teams,
Hmm.
and for most teams that exist in the NBA. So
Hmm.
you've got to go for the best deal available. So when you say that, when you're looking at James Harden now, while he has had a slumpish type of season, it could be for a whole host of reasons, right? I mean, which we will never really know. But if you're on the side of a GM, you're going to kind of take the stance where it's like, you know what? Maybe it's just a case of change in scenery. There's not a sense of cohesion that allows for one to believe that we're all working towards the same goal. You got Kyrie Irving sitting on the bench for half the games of the season. I mean, sorry, not even sitting on the bench because he can't sit at the home games. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he's missing 41 games, and essentially, you tell me you want me to come to this team to fight for a championship, albeit you didn't know that this pandemic would have this
Now, on the
sort of
real, I
draw on
don't I
him.
don't like how hard is going about that. I really don't like that.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean,
No,
I
let me
can't.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you believe, say Kyrie just didn't come back, like not even the half the game, say he just didn't come back.
Yeah.
Do you believe that Brooklyn's still a contender to win the championship?
No.
See, I do. I
Yeah,
do.
no.
Who in the East? No, like let's go through. Who in the East should be able to compete with Brooklyn with a healthy KD and a healthy Harden? If Harden's playing the way he's supposed to be playing, not
It's not about them, right? It's not about Harden and KD, right? It's about the supporting staff, right? That's
okay.
my problem. That's where my issue
Blake's
comes.
playing well.
Blake was out the rotation for almost about 10 games, so he
Yeah.
hasn't even been a consistent member of the rotation.
Okay, but prior to that, he wasn't. Honestly, I don't even know why he was out the rotation unless you something going on.
I I don't know either, but there's something that wasn't clicking from a rotation perspective.
Or maybe like a metric standpoint. I don't know. You know how it is with analytics.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
but
for
I
sure.
mean, from my eyes perspective, and even like Paul Millsap, Patty Mills, they got names on that squad, and they have two, one superstar and one bona fide star in James Harden,
Sure.
and no one in the East can come close to that. Now, the 76ers can. But
Mm-hmm.
prior to that move, no. I mean, honestly,
Well, what
you
version of James Harden are we talking? Are we talking about this
see,
version of James Harden?
that's the
Or
issue. But that's the issue. See,
okay,
because James Harden wants to say, oh, this, that, and the third. But hey, KD can say the same thing. Like, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? This ain't who the fuck we thought we was getting.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think at that point you're just like, you're splitting
Well,
hairs.
22, 10, and 8. You know what I'm saying? That's, I mean, Lord, I mean that's not every day of the mill,
Yeah, but
play.
but for James Harden, who was averaging 30, that's not what they need. And again, if he's the second scoring banana on that team,
Mm-hmm.
there's room for him to get at least 25, 26.
I see what you're saying. We'll also have to take into consider his game plan has significantly impacted by way of
The rule
um,
changes.
the rule changes. So we also have to take that into consideration too. So his efficiency is going to take a hit
Hmm.
because a lot of those calls where he takes that step in the lane where he puts the ball down on the ground,
Hmm.
basically damn near on the ground, and then he gets the rip through usually up for the layup. Those aren't getting called with the regularity, as well as the step back encroachments
Hmm.
that he would get on his threes. So, and I don't even want to chalk that up to that. I really hope it's a matter of, again, and I think we had this convo before this episode started. I just hope it's a matter of he needs a change of scenery. But I think too, if it is a case where he was pulling that shit in order to get moved, to me that's kind of worrisome. So I do lean on the side of what you're talking about, because at the end of the day, you got a year left and you're trying to pencil in a 4-year at least $200 million deal.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I would think that you'd want to put your best foot forward, no matter what the circumstances are.
yeah.
And you'd want to ball out regardless. So that's why I don't know if it's necessary to
Look,
change the scenery.
look.
I think something in his body is not
Think
quite
about
there.
it.
It doesn't look the same.
If I'm Harden, right, I'm looking like, okay, do I have a better chance of winning a championship? Because that's what he's supposed to be going after. That's supposedly the reason why he went there. Do I have a better chance of winning a championship playing with KD
Mm-hmm.
or Joel Embiid?
Yeah, no,
Joel Embiid, who's never
I
been
would
to Eastern
definitely,
Conference Finals.
yeah, I would lean it to be KD with a roster that's better built out. The guys that they have are just it's not right now. They don't have Joe Harris. Some of the I won't say that they don't have anybody. I will say that the utility guys aren't guys that are necessarily, let's say, seasoned enough, right? So like the Cam Thomases,
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a spectacular player going forward. At least a starter level type that may end up being that sixth man of the year type of talent. I think he's going to be someone that is going to be in a lot of NBA rosters for years to come. You mentioned Patty Mills. I think that's obviously the solid piece. He's got the FIBA and the world championship experience.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So he's got that on his tool belt. My
Yeah.
problem is,
Isn't he a champion? I'm pretty sure he won a ring.
Mm, oh yeah,
He,
yeah, yeah, with the Spurs.
yeah, he was
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
team with
yeah.
Kawhi. Huh?
So he's got playoff experience. The problem is right, is you take off, again, they signed Joe Harris for the 4-year, $70 million deal. Joe Harris is nowhere to be found. What I mean? They obviously got DeAndre Jordan at one point. They had to let him go because he wasn't doing it. They thought Claxton was going to be their big guy going
I
forward.
thought so too. Yeah.
That hasn't panned out. They've even were talking about moving him at some point, which I'm not sure if they did. And I'll probably have to check that
Well,
after
actually,
this episode.
speaking of moves, though, I could have sworn I heard that Seth Curry got moved. I'm not sure if he went to Brooklyn.
Yes.
Did he go to Brooklyn?
Yes, they got Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and then 2 first rounders
So Brooklyn won that
for James
trade.
Harden. Yeah, and hands down. Yeah, they hands down. They
Because
won it hands down.
if you're Philly, you can't give up Seth Curry. Period.
Um,
Period.
I
Seth Curry has literally transformed his game, and albeit probably because he got a million chances, probably because his last name is Curry.
the
But needless to say, he literally can explode for 30 points any given night. That guy, and his 3-point percentage is way above 40. And James Harden, I'm sorry, he is a streaky 3-point shooter. He puts a lot of them up, but he's not like the guy that you like. He's not going to carry your team in threes. I'm saying you're gonna sink or you're gonna it's one or the other.
I'm not. But the thing is that the reason why I say I can't say outright that. I mean, I will. The tail will have to be spun. Obviously,
Would you have
we'll
let
to see.
Seth Curry go?
Yes, because I like Tyrese Maxey.
I love Tyrese Maxey.
So for me personally, I wanted to see Maxey get more minutes. You know what I mean? And Seth Curry was in the way of that. So So I want Tyrese Maxey in the to have a bigger role in the rotation. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It
Okay.
spells James Harden, because if James Harden isn't, it is something with his injury. Now you've already, because Ben Simmons has been out the whole season,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not like you can be like, oh well, because but Ben Simmons was in, we haven't been able to see what Tyrese is giving you. Tyrese is giving you 15 and 5. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, off the bench. So I love Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese
Yeah. I love this
Maxey
game.
is going to be a problem. And I've liked him for a couple years now. And he's got those fresh legs that you definitely need, and he's got that fearlessness that you want
Yeah.
out of your young bucks that you're bringing along. I also like the fact that now they didn't have to give up Tobias, they didn't have to give up Matthias Thibault,
Yeah.
which is the big one. That is the one where that could have brought you some trouble if you had to get rid of both of them, Simmons and Tybull. You know what I mean, to make
Yeah.
this trade locked
That would have
down.
been horrible for them.
Yeah, that
That's
was
their
what.
defense.
That's where exactly. That's their wing defense, because every team needs a wing. That's why the Lakers are struggling.
Mhm.
That's why a lot of these teams that were supposed to be doing great aren't exactly measuring up to their expectations, because a lot of teams are leaving out that wing space that historically has been the backbreaker of whether or not your team is able to maneuver far into the playoffs. As far as having versatile wing defenders, you know what I mean. So,
Mhm.
and so yeah, so that I think what I will say is, as far as from getting back what you're supposed to get for somebody of Ben Simmons's, sorry, of James Harden's resume on paper, I think the Nets won. But I also like the fact that the Sixers didn't give up the house in order to get James Harden. They still kept
Yeah.
a lot of their young assets that they can use moving forward.
Yeah. So again, I wouldn't have gave up Seth Curry if I was them. I think
Sure.
they're losing a lot. You're losing a lot. Don't get me wrong. James Harden is a dynamic player, and if you get the James Harden that was in Houston,
Yep.
that's a player that could take you to the Western Conference Finals, especially paired with a Joel Embiid.
You mean
But
the
then,
Eastern?
no, he went to the Western Conference Finals.
I know, but he's in the East now.
Yeah, no, yes, but I'm saying because of what he's done in the West, he's a player that could definitely take you to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Sure. Yeah.
Uh,
Sure.
but I will say this: there's an issue, and that issue is Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid does not play well with others. He gets very jealous.
Mm.
He kind of reminds you of like a Shaq, like young Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq was like kind of jealous of Penny, kind of jealous of Kobe coming up a little bit. Not
Mm-hmm.
too much, you know what I'm saying? And then I think he finally was able to like say, you know what, D Wade, I done been on two different teams already with a dynamic like this. I'm just gonna let you be the man. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Joel Embiid might have an issue with it because Joel is kind of like entering his prime, like at the beginning of his prime. Actually,
Sure.
you don't really know with his injury. It could be the fucking end of his prime,
Mm-hmm.
because he's nimble. I mean, not nimble. He's not nimble, and he's like fucking Mr. Glass out there. So,
Yeah.
no, it's true. So I don't know how he's gonna, I don't know how that's gonna mesh. Because
Well, let
again,
me let me ask you. So, who would you think should be the number one on this team?
honestly, I'm an old school type head when it comes to like how I run, not even just basketball but football as well. I'm old school, so I'm gonna definitely put the ball in the big man's hands. I
Mm-hmm.
think that there's nobody out there in the NBA that can stop Joel Embiid with the ball, and that even goes for officials. Now, contrary to that, I do believe that people out there in the NBA can stop James Harden, especially with the way the officials are calling the game. And then,
Mm-hmm.
so I think you have to put the ball in Joel Embiid's hands. But the problem is, I've yet to see James Harden play well off the ball. Now, when he played with CP3, that was different. CP3 is a Hall of Fame caliber point guard.
Sure.
So they don't have that on this 76ers team. So I don't know what kind of looks he's going to get. And again, if he's going to be ball dominant, then what? Because Joel Embiid isn't running pick and rolls and fucking catching lobs at the basket. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen him do that, and I don't really want to see him do that. He's going to get hurt. He's too valuable to be out there doing that. So unless they make a move to get a young jungle monkey that could freaking roll to the basket for James,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm being dead serious. I don't know how this is going to actually work out.
It's
I
the
mean,
Jungle Monkey.
on paper,
That's terrible.
on paper, it should
Oh
be
man.
good, but it's just like when I think about it, like how is it actually going to look? I just don't. I can't put it together. So anyway, there's been other moves. So what's the next move we got? My
Um,
next traded for LeBron.
you said the what? Yeah. Okay. Okay, all
If
right.
LeBron was smart, he'd fucking make that trade.
Yeah, he'd get out of town and fast. But yeah, no, just to round up, because that really was the biggest thing. I think the reason why I asked that question, I think it's just because I would just simply say to you is that the issue is not going to be on Joel Embiid. The issue is going to be on James Harden. Everybody knows
Oh
that's
yeah,
that's Joel Embiid's team now,
yeah.
especially because they moved Simmons.
Oh yeah.
So I'm curious to see how, and
But
I do agree with you. There is going to be a power dynamic, and the faster that James Harden realizes that he needs to take a back seat to
no, but
Joel
see,
Embiid,
here's the
then
plot
he'll
twist.
be fine.
The plot twist. I said this at the beginning, at the top of the show. Daryl Morey.
Bro,
Daryl Morey.
Joel Embiid. That's
Daryl
it's
Morey.
bro. If Daryl Morey is as smart, he has a love affair with James Harden. I heard you when you brought that up initially. I am aware of that. But he also Daryl Morey. This is his first year, right, with a Joel Embiid, who is literally for the last 2 years dominating, the whole entire NBA. So I don't. I understand that love affair is there. I'm sorry, but like the the Sixers brass, the Sixers fans who are volatile, they don't want to hear that you're bringing James Harden to the 76ers to be the man. I'm sorry. And if James Harden is coming with the expectation that he thinks he's going to be the man, then this is going to be a very rocky road that these guys are going to go on.
See that? And as you know what? I think we can leave that there because honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
not. I'm not saying that he will or he will not. I'm saying that is going to be the telltale for the rest of the season to see how that power dynamic works out. I hope it works in the offset. You know what I mean? But at the
Yeah,
end
I
of the
would love to
day,
see that work.
you know what I'm
I would
saying?
love to see
But
that work.
optimistically, that's what I would hope.
In a weird way. Obviously, I'm a Knicks fan. I definitely don't want to see the 76ers win a championship. But I'm
Yeah.
from Brooklyn, so I would much rather see the Nets win a championship if my Knicks don't. So, but I would love to see just, I want to see
I want to
these.
see it work out.
Yeah, because think about it. Let's just like rewind over the past couple years and think about like the huge trades that were made or acquisitions that were made that actually didn't pan out. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony. Uh,
Lord.
who else we had over there Chris Paul, James Harden.
And
Uh,
Eric Gordon. So I'm playing. Yeah, man. I mean, it just, but I also think that too. I think I think that I mean, we can get into a whole thing about that, how they could utilize the two of them together in the pick and roll game. I think actually on the inverse, it's going to be extremely deadly. To be honest with you, especially if James Harden comes back with a little bit of pep in his step, it's going to be a problem handling those two in a pick and roll scenario. The pick and pop is going to be ridiculous. Joel Embiid is going to get more time on his jump shots than he ever has before.
oh yeah, easily.
You know what I mean? That space is going to be that little
Yeah,
pocket space at the free
yeah,
throw line
yeah,
and up is going to be his
yeah.
to eat from
Because it has to.
tremendously.
Because think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
If James gets you on his hip coming down,
Oh yeah.
that help
Yeah.
guy has to like ride it. Like it has to be like okay,
Of
I'm
course.
here and you're here, like that.
Mhm.
It can't be like because he's gonna split it.
Yeah, you can't sag it.
Yeah, and he's
The
gonna
big man
take
can't
it.
sag off. The big man can't sag off of it. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm saying I'm excited from a basketball perspective. I'm excited to see how they bring him into the fold from a schematic perspective. I really hope they get him in more free flowing action.
Yeah.
As opposed to James Harden just sitting there and dribbling out for
But
15, 20
but see
seconds.
and again,
Yeah.
we can beat the hell out of this conversation.
Yeah.
So
No, hey, look.
what else?
Hey, look,
What
man.
else? What else we got?
I mean, honestly, I'm not really. There's not really a ton of other big ones per se.
I heard CJ McCollum went to New Orleans, right?
That's not really a big one. But I mean, sure, if you're talking about
But he did though, right?
a
That trade
solid
was
player,
actually made.
that was before the trade deadline.
It was yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, so
CJ
that's listed right
McCollum.
here. Oh, I don't know if you can see. You can't see my screen. Yeah, it's Trails Blazers send McCollum to the Pelicans for a bag of juicy fruits and some nickels and dimes. Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
so apparently you're not high on CJ McCollum.
It's not that I'm not high on him. It's just that look at the haul, bro. I mean, he went to the Pelicans. I'm sure CJ McCollum is sick by this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is not the team.
But that was gonna happen though. We all knew that was gonna happen. One of them was leaving.
No, I know he was gonna have to go.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying I didn't know he was gonna have to go. What I am
They
saying is
did him
that
dirty.
damn, I'm saying damn, 7-8 years, 20 points and up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? For the last 7, 8 years, you consistently balled
And
out.
you do him like that.
You know what I'm saying? And you send him to this place. Now, with that being said, the Pelicans have actually been, much to my chagrin, have actually been on an amazing tear as of late. I suppose they started 1 of 12 to start the season, and now they're like they've pushed ahead. I think they're almost at around 500. So they started at the bottom of the barrel, and now they're sort of close to the play-in, that play-in seed. So they've made a turnaround, and this is all obviously without Zion as well. And Brandon Ingram has really taken a step forward. It looks
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
even more steps forward in his transformation to being, the guy. So, this could be an interesting pair. I just think that CJ McCollum at this point in his career was kind of hoping to go in and be like that third guy on a, on a, on a
I think
championship team.
honestly,
But
like
I don't know.
right now, this moment, I would say I could see CJ McCollum being the third best player on the
Yeah,
championship team. Definitely no higher than that, but definitely as a
yeah,
third.
yeah,
Oh yeah, because he's a bucket, and not for nothing, he has the heart. A couple years ago, when they made it to the Western Conference Finals, and then there's a few games where Dame did not show up, and CJ was
yeah.
dropping
Bucket for
buckets,
bucket.
bro,
Yeah, man.
dropping buckets. So he proved a lot to me through that series. So again, I think this is a huge pickup for the Pelicans. What does that actually mean for the Pelicans? That remains to be seen.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see how this plans out.
But hey, but what does this mean for Dame Lillard though? That's the real question.
Oh, so I mean, I do think, yeah, I'm glad we brought this part. I mean, I didn't really give a damn about this trade. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think that's the bigger question. I think I am curious myself. I mean, what do you think the expectation is now for Dame Lillard
I mean, the
going forward?
interesting thing is that Dame was always like, "Oh, I'm going to stay with one team. I'm going to win it here," like the whole Giannis thing. But I know he's full of shit. I don't see him doing that. I don't see
Yeah,
him doing that.
yeah.
And if he does, then I think he's a fool. Or just scared. Not even so much a fool. I think he's scared. I think that Dame knows that where he's been, he had the ultimate green light. Take whatever bad shots you want. It doesn't really matter. You make it to the playoffs. You might get bounced out the first round, second round, whatever, and then you just go back and say, you know what, I don't got no help, but I'm not going to fucking leave to go build a super team, and you're gonna hang your hat on that. If that's his approach, hey man, knock yourself the fuck out. But I don't see you really being tested. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you actually go somewhere because again, I don't think Dame Lillard is going to be the best person on the championship level team.
Okay,
I think he's like a 2B,
like a
three.
1B.
No, like a 2B. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
like a 2B. Oh, God.
He's definitely not a one. He's a two, but I
Hmm.
don't even think he's like a high two. I think he's like a 2B or like a high three, like even on the level of a CJ. Because again, CJ's in the playoffs. CJ McCollum balls, bro. Don't get me wrong. Dame Lillard hits huge buckets, but a lot of the times when I watch these games, it's tight games because the Dames play. Like,
Mm.
yo, if you just fucking like ran like a real offense, maybe you wouldn't be fucking like nip tuck down a stretch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
If you weren't shooting 45-foot jumpers, all second
Mm.
quarter, you know what I'm saying? Then maybe you guys would be winning like you're supposed to be winning. So, I think a lot of what Dame is like a lot of smoke and mirrors. And I believe that if he actually went to a team that with real championship aspirations as the lead horse, I think he would get exposed. And I think he knows that. I truly think he knows that.
So my question. So you said he's like a 2B. So if he went to, let's say, I mean, this wouldn't happen, but let's say he went to the Bucks.
Yeah.
Obviously, Giannis is 1A.
Uh-huh.
So you're saying he would be below Middleton?
Yeah, I mean, think about it, Mike. Middleton has championship experience. I've seen Middleton literally go and nights when Giannis was struggling, pick up, and he was the closer. I've not seen freaking. He took smart shots.
Okay.
Even the shots that he missed, they were like good shots. You know what I'm saying? Like they just weren't falling. This guy, Damian Lillard, I don't fucking know what the hell this guy's gonna do. He thinks he's Steph Curry. That's the goddamn problem. Especially when they played in that All-Star game together. He
Mm-hmm.
thinks they're on the same level. And when you look at the efficiency rates, when you look at the field goal percentage and the 3-point percentage, it's not even fucking close. So that's his problem. Kind of like a same issue with Trae Young. That's why I'm happy that Nate McMillan sat his ass down and said, "Listen, you're not Steph." And now
Mm-hmm.
look at Trae. He's turned into his own man, and he's great already, and he's gonna be phenomenal going forward because he's cultivating his own game. Dame Lillard is like a poor streaky shooter, but has again number one option, has the biggest green light in the West Coast, and he's just been running with it. So again, if he's on the team, or if he's on the Bucks, and I'm the coach, he's the third option because I think that suits us better because that's a great third option. As a second option, that's not a great second option. It's a good second option, but as a third option, that's phenomenal. I'll take that. I'll take that because again, he's a high third. Two, I'm like, I don't know. With Chris Middleton, he's proven. That's my point. He's proven. We saw what he could do.
Oh man, yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. I'm just gonna vehemently disagree about that point about him being a 2B.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely a 1B. For a whole host of reasons.
He's hold on, wait,
you know,
hold on.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Name two reasons that he's a one. We're not even gonna say 1B, 1A because if you say he's a one, that means he could be the best player on a championship team.
That doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that at all. Right?
You said 1B.
I said a 1B. Yeah, I think he could be a 1B for sure. I don't think he's the guy because the 1B is not the guy that gets you to the promised land, right? But the 1B is again that is the Robin archetype. That is the guy that when
hold on.
That is the guy. If I can finish, right? The guy that is your 1A is the guy that is the one that is let's say for instance is the franchise carrier, right?
Yeah,
your
like
1B,
Shaq and Kobe, but that wasn't the 1A and the 1B though. That was a 1 and a 2.
No, that was a 1A and a 1B.
That was a 1 and a 2.
How could you possibly call Kobe a 2?
Because Shaq
won of his career.
Shaq won 3 Finals MVPs.
And when Shaq was gone, how many MVPs? I mean, didn't Kobe win an MVP?
Yeah, and didn't Kobe get bounced out the playoffs by fucking Steve Nash?
And didn't he win 2 championships?
Yeah, how many years later?
But he still did it as a 1A. So I don't understand.
No,
so
he did it as a 1 because again, who was his 1B when he won those 2 championships?
No, I'm okay. So for the sake of 3-headed prong monsters, right? You're gonna have essentially, you're gonna have the 1A, right? If you're lucky enough, you're gonna like for instance, if you have a LeBron, Dwayne Wade, right? Sort of building the team, you're gonna have technically a 1A, 1B. You could call it 1, 2, 3.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
If you want to just make it simple and say 1, 2, 3, perfect. All right, that's fine. I think that Damian Lillard is a 2.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. We agree.
Okay, so if we're simplifying it to that degree, then yes, I think he's a 2.
Allow me to clarify it real fast. So I believe
you're saying he's at 2.
No.
Definitely a 3. That's definitely what you said.
I believe that because we agree basically. So I just want to clarify. I believe that the 1 is the only one that is a 1. There's no A or B. It's 1. It's either you can be the best player on a championship team or not. So when it comes down to 2 and the 3, yeah, there's levels. There's like a 2A, 2B because like you could be a high 2, like Dame. Dame, I think would be a phenomenal 3. As a 2, he's not phenomenal. There's other people that I
who would you have before him as a 2?
Well, it depends because now, all right, do we just inject him on any roster right now that has championship aspirations? Because if we put him on the 76ers, he's a 3.
With what team?
If we put him on
Harden,
James Harden and 76ers right now, he's the 3rd option, and that would be a great 3rd option. That's my point. But if you put James at the 2, at the 3, I think you heard it. James would be far greater at the 2 than Dame.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't even know about that. Like you're saying, you would rather the orchestration go to Damian Lillard as opposed to James Harden.
I'm saying if I was Daryl Morey or whoever the hell the coaches of the 76ers, it's going to be Joel Embiid, James Harden, and then Dame Lillard in that order. And again, if you want to if you want some specific reasons, I can give you one that should resonate with you. Free throw attempts. James Harden's going to get to the line more. So my second option, I would love to be at the line more because Joel Embiid's already hitting 88% from the free throw line. So I have great free throw percentage just with those two, and not only percentage, but they're going to be at the line. Dame Lillard shoots a whole bunch of fucking crazy ass shots. He's not getting to the line like they are. So just off of that, you could be the 3rd option.
Yeah, I disagree. And at the end of the day, it's your opinion, right? I mean, like we all have our opinions. You know what I mean? Like I just don't. For one, and then it's all about preference too. For me, because none of that resonates with me whatsoever. Because they're all shooting close to 90% from the free throw.
Yeah, but how many free throws are they shooting?
I could finish, Damian Lillard is an attacker of the basket. Now, are we saying is he going to be able to get 10 free throws a game, like James Harden in his prime. I don't want to say in his prime because we don't know what this James Harden is, but essentially I guess the Houston Rockets James Harden, is he going to be getting to there with that level of 10 to 12 free throws a game? Probably not. That's just not that's not Damian Lillard. But 7 to 8 keeps your defense honest, right? Which is something that Damian Lillard is absolutely capable of doing in a whole host of ways. It's not just simply from driving to the basket. It's also about utilizing other crafty measures in order to get to the line. So I want my third option, personally, to be my surgeon, right? And I think that James Harden is way more suitable than being the surgeon, right? Because this is what I like about James Harden, because in the playoffs, you need someone who is able to control pace, right? So the beautiful thing about James Harden is that when you see it starting to get a little out of hand, right, and you start to see that the game is starting to get a little, the teams are creeping back up, you're on the road, James Harden is the one that is capable, right, as that third option. If it's a slow night for Embiid, they got a nice lock on him for the most part. Damian Lillard's not hitting, right, and he's not able to knock down the shots that you're looking for. James Harden can pull back the pace, right, and he can then say, you know what is the defense giving me? If they're sagging a little bit too much off to give more help to Damian Lillard and Embiid, now he can take advantage of mismatches, and then he can get to the line and ice the games, because he is an 85% plus free throw shooter, I believe, for his career. So that personally would be my preference, is to have him as a third option.
And you know what? Hey, I definitely disagree with that.
Sure.
For many, many reasons. But again, hey, if you're a coach, you coach how you want to coach, and I'll coach how I want to coach.
Absolutely.
But I will say this, though. Another team, if he was on the Clippers, again, he would be my third. I don't want him being above Paul George.
Well, are we saying? Well, time out. Just so I can get clarity. Are you saying the second option, the guy that's the second option for you, you're saying is the guy that's bringing the ball up? You know what I'm saying? Like, because obviously Joel Embiid, or the guys that are the number ones now, are not essentially going to be bringing up the ball, right? For the most part.
Yeah.
So you're saying that
Unless
second
LeBron.
option.
LeBron.
Right. No, but that LeBron or maybe even now, Giannis is tailored off from doing that, which rightfully so.
Yeah,
so you're saying your second option is the guy that will have the ball in his hands most often than not. Is that what you're saying? And then he'll be taking more shots than the three. So like if the one gets 25 shots a game, you're saying the two will get 20, and you're saying the three will get maybe 15, around 15 shots a game. Exactly. And then he'll be the two will be the one that will be controlling and operating the offense for the most part. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it depends, because again, it's like, say he was on the Clippers. I don't think that Paul George, even though Paul George could definitely like operate an offense, that's not how I would have it. But when I think about it, I guess you would have maybe Kawhi nowadays could play the 4. You might put him at the 3. I don't know where. It's going to get too deep to answer that question, because I now have to look at the lineups, because obviously you're not going to put Dame on the bench. They're all going to start. So Dame is the 1. Paul George is the 2 or the 3. I don't know where you want to put him, and I don't know where you want to put Kawhi, the 3 or the 4.
Yeah, I don't think it's that nuanced, honestly. I mean, if we were to take out Damian Lillard and put him on the Nets, right? So what would you have? You would have Damian Lillard as a 3 on that team?
No, come on, you kidding me? Oh, with Kyrie, I forgot about Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm taking Kyrie out and I'm putting Damian Lillard in.
No. Kyrie's on the team. So with
I'm saying, because because you just did a scenario with the Clippers. I'm doing one with the Nets, right? If you're able to make a move to get
without Kyrie,
yeah, you're not going to have Kyrie, and there's no way that would absolutely happen.
I mean,
I'm doing this.
Dame just played with CJ McCollum for how many years? So you're gonna sit here and say that him and Kyrie wouldn't be able to play together?
I didn't say that at all. Number one, so I don't know where you got that from. I'm asking you a question. So, what would you have the pecking order be if you had Durant, Harden, and Lillard?
Oh, so Harden's still there?
Yeah, of course. Like that, because I'm just trying to get a feel for how you gauge your options. Like what would the pecking order be for that team?
Yeah. So I already know your answer, because you just said you would love to have Harden at your 3. My answer is Harden will be the number 2 option. I want Harden with the ball in his hands, taking more field goal attempts than Dame Lillard. I think Dame Lillard does not show enough discipline for me to trust him to take. Okay. Listen, I'm not sure how many Portland Trailblazers games you've been watching. This guy, he doesn't play in a system. 70% of the time, if not more, he's out there just chucking up shots. And to his credit,
You got to be
he,
careful, man.
to his
You got to be careful.
Hold
You
on,
got to
hold
be
on.
careful.
I'm not done. I'm not done. To his credit,
You got to
he
be
makes a lot of difficult shots, but those are not good shots. When it comes time to playoff basketball, I don't want to see my point guard shoot no shot. Dame Lillard needs to freaking watch old school Isaiah Thomas tapes and then model his game after that. Bring your scoring down, get your assists up, dude. That's it. Take better shots. He's look at Damian. You say I got to be careful. Damian Lillard needs to be careful.
You got to be careful.
No, he needs to be careful. You know why? Hold on. Look at his field goal percentages. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, take a look at that. That's the story.
I'm well aware.
You want to misconstrue what I'm saying? He's the one out here, literally, like I said, chucking up shots.
It's not chucking.
There's no reason why he can't be a 47%, at least a 47% shooter from the field. No reason.
It's not chucking. It's not chucking. So,
all right.
And that's why I'm saying be careful, because if you're saying that he's just essentially he puts no work into those shots.
I didn't say that. That's not what I'm saying.
You said chucking. You're saying chucking. That's not chucking. Hey, be careful. That's why I said be careful.
No.
You said chucking. You said chucking.
That's a very subjective. That's a very subjective view on that term, dude.
No, think about. You just said chucking. What is it? What does any basketball player think about when they hear about when somebody says they're chucking jump shots up?
Well, I would say
how is that subjective?
I would say even Steph Curry chucks up shots, but again, it's the efficiency.
All right, so then we have two wildly different definitions of chucking.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, you're wrong because it's not chucking. If I practice 1,000 jump shots with that scenario every single day, for you to call it chucking, right now, is it the most efficient jump shot that you could possibly take on the basketball floor? Absolutely not. I'm not going to sit here and lie about that and act like you taking a 30-footer.
So then why are we having this conversation? Like that's ultimately what I'm talking about.
Because for you to act like them taking those jump shots does not have a overall impact that reaches far wider than the schematics of taking a 30-foot jump shot. That's just not doing service to what the NBA is at this point.
Well, hold on. I already said Dame, his biggest issue is he thinks he's Steph. Not even that. He thinks he's a peer of Steph's, and they're not on the same level.
No, he
Yes,
doesn't.
he does.
Ask him. All right, so go watch the interview they did about who he thinks the greatest shooter of all time is.
I don't care what the fuck what he said in an interview. I'm telling you about watching him fucking play.
I've watched him play as well, so it's not. We're not. None of us are missing anything. If he's very honest and candid about who he thinks is the better shooter out of the both of them.
Well, I said a peer. I didn't say that he thought that he's like freaking 1B to his.
How can he be a peer if he thinks that he's not on the same playing field as Steph? He's said that on numerous occasions.
And you know what, Mike? And you know what Kobe Bryant said? He grew up when Magic Johnson was his favorite player. But we all know that's a lie because he idolized Michael Jordan. Was a splitting image to the game. But are we gonna sit here and say, well, since Kobe said no, because you're saying, well, he said that. I don't give a fuck what he said. You can look at it. Freaking Kobe Bryant.
So he had to say that. So he had to say it.
I never said. I didn't.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you a question.
I said
so he had to.
No, he did not have to say.
He didn't say that.
No,
okay,
he did not.
I don't know what the point of you bringing up Magic Johnson as if somebody was jerking fucking Damian Lillard to be on Steph's dick to say that he's way better shooter.
Was someone jerking Kobe Bryant's dick about Michael Jordan? No.
Yeah, so it's a statement made in earnest. I mean, you can take from it what you can. I don't understand where. So now we're going to question the validity of their comments and their statements. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not saying. Well, look, actually, I am saying. We're not even questioning. Just take it for what it is. If Kobe Bryant plays just like Michael Jordan, walks like Michael Jordan, talks like Michael Jordan, but then tries to tell you that he wants to be like Magic Johnson, and that's who he always wanted to be like, come on. If you want to believe that,
you can have a favorite player.
Okay.
You can have a favorite player, but that doesn't mean you want to emulate that player.
All right. Okay. You know, I don't have.
My favorite player is Shaq, but I can't emulate Shaq, so I play like.
Hey, okay, I don't have the interview. I don't have the interview right now.
Please, I suggest you save it.
To directly quote it. No. Listen. At the end of the day, regardless, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what Kobe said. But we all know that the fact of the matter is the answer is Michael Jordan. For some reason, he didn't want to say Michael Jordan. He wanted to say Magic Johnson.
Because he doesn't have to say that's his favorite player, man. Like
they didn't ask your favorite player. It wasn't a favorite player question.
But that's what you said.
No, man. It was about. Well, I already
All right.
told you. I already told you I don't have the direct quote. So
Okay,
again,
so then why would you? All right, hey, you know what? If you
because
want to use that as your evidence,
I,
by all means, sir.
hey, you know what? Everyone here, including you, has literally
That's why
at
I'm
your
not quoting people directly.
at your fingertips. You can look it up. So by all means, if you
I
want to
wouldn't
have,
use that as part of my argument. That's the problem. I mean, that's you're the one that's trying to substantiate your argument utilizing that as a quote. Sorry, utilizing that as a basis. So if you're to counteract my point, so I mean, it's not on my. The onus isn't on me to fact check that quote. I mean, I would think if you're going to bring it up, you would already know relatively what he said.
I do
To
know
a certain
again
degree.
that's my point. Relatively, I do know. They said, "Oh, who do you most resemble your game after?" And he said Magic Johnson.
Ah, okay.
Okay,
Please
okay,
send me
okay,
that quote.
okay,
Then
okay.
I'm very curious to see when that quote was made and if that was him that made that quote. Please, by all means, because they've had a Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant love fest for the last 20 fucking years as far as where he gets the pinpoints of his game from. So am I gonna sit here and say he didn't take anything from Magic Johnson? No, right? But
That's not the issue.
that's I never said it was an issue. I'm saying it to say that because your point, your statement just now was that he emulated. Sorry, that he got his game from Magic Johnson. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying that's
Is
what
that what you're telling me
Kobe
the quote is?
said. That's what Kobe
Okay,
said.
all right. And I don't believe you. So if you do have that quote where he said that he got the precipice of his game from Michael Jordan, I'm sorry, Michael Jordan from Magic Johnson. Hey, when we all know he literally on every
I
30
just
for
said that.
30
I just said that, dude.
on every 30 for 30, he brings up the fact that he gets it from Michael Jordan. And that's why I'm saying I can't believe that he would make that comment saying that he gets his game from
Okay.
Magic Johnson. That makes no sense. Like, that doesn't even make sense
Hey,
as a comment like
that's
that he
my
would make.
point. That's why I
No,
brought
no,
it
I'm
up,
saying
dude.
that comment doesn't
Oh
exist.
my god.
I'm saying if you
Okay.
have that comment where it exists, I would love to see it. If he
Okay.
did
So
make that comment, then that
you know what?
substantiates your
Well,
argument even more.
yeah, that's my point. So if that's the case, if you're gonna say that, then why have so much animus right now when you're saying that one way just to say, well, if you do have it, then why be so animated about it? How about you just
Because that
wait?
would
No,
have you.
no. How about you just wait, and when I get it, and then we can go on from there. There's no reason to take it to that
No,
next
because
level.
if you have because again, I can have this animus because for you to sit there and act as though we both haven't watched this guy go on these tangents about where he gets his game from, right? Taking from pieces of all the greats, right? And now you're saying that in your statement, you're saying he gets his game primarily from Magic Johnson. That's what you're saying he said in the quote.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Gotcha. Gotcha.
And when I get it, I'll send it to you.
Please, by all means, don't take a couple years to do so. You know, I have other things on my agenda. Um, yeah. So, yeah, that's where I stand, man. At the end of the day, I think I think when we're looking at for me again, I think it's a matter of preference. My third option, most definitely can be the primary ball handler, and the big decision maker. That's just the nature of how I construct my teams, especially when you have three top heavy guys at the top of your roster. So I think Dame Lillard can be the number two um, on a championship team if it's constructed in the right manner. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah. So again, with that, I'll say uh, he has a higher percentage chance of winning as a third than a two.
In your view, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. By all means. All righty. Mm-hmm.
Loose. Try to get loose. Try to get what you do. Oh, damn it, this is dumb shit. Oh, no. Oh, my golly wally. I was wondering why this shit was so fucking loose. Sorry, y'all, we do it live. Give me a second. Oh, my golly wally. Come on. Shit's so stupid. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's not good quality.
Oh. It was just fine not too long ago. Is that better now?
No. It's not going through your mic. It's not going through your mic.
Oh, maybe I turned the flicker on. Daniel. All right, we'll have to use this for now. Is that all right?
No, it's the same. I mean, I can hear you.
I'm not even
It's
using
not the same quality. It's not coming. It's not coming through the mic.
Why you're doing this to me?
Oh, that's better. There you go. That's better. Hold on 1 second. That's better.
Don't worry, y'all. We do it live over here. We do it live. We do it live. All right. So while Aaron takes a quick second break, what I'll do right now is jump into the main. We kind of got carried away, y'all. This is usually what happens with me and Aaron. Talk sports. So forgive us. I kind of want to jump into the main part of our episode where we talk about this craziness over here. I want to hope it can pull it up. All right, so we're almost at about an hour. So I want to kind of jump into. It's gonna be a weird ass episode, just because we're probably got to change the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we already went in on an hour of it. I don't even know if we should cover this video. We should just make this about the NBA trade deadline. Honestly,
at this point, right? I mean, what time?
Yeah.
How much time we got left?
Yeah, we're at 52 minutes.
Yeah.
Stop sharing. We could talk about some of the other moves, some of the smaller moves. Give me a second. Let me pull them up. I want to share my screen. Share system audio. Oh, are you picking it up? Oh, that's weird. All right, cool. All right, so this was January. We want to move up the ranks. Karis LeVert was changed hands to the Cavaliers.
Wait. Wasn't he already? No, he was on the Pacers, right?
Yeah.
I can hear myself. I think it's coming from your the other window you have. Hold on. I'll take it off. Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was from out the window.
Okay, is it all right now?
Hold on. Nah, I can hear myself again.
How is it now?
Actually, I can mute the other window. We don't need anything coming from the rim. Hello?
Yeah. Oh, let me close this out. Actually, maybe that'll.
Hello?
You can hear me?
Yeah. So I can still hear echo. Hey, I can still hear echo. Yeah. You know I damn near muted this shit. It's on 0. All right, how about now?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, hello.
But now you sound bad. Hold on.
Yeah, because I just went to the thing.
Oh, no. Switch yours back. I muted the channel, so I don't hear myself anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. We're good. There's no echo. I muted it. It's funny. I muted it, and it's good now. But when I put it on 0, which think would equate to mute. It clearly didn't. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
now going forward, I know it has to be mute. 0 still is not 0.
Yeah, unless you're sharing your screen, then obviously I'd probably have to do that on my end to make sure it goes through.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. What are the other transactions?
The Knicks get Kyrie Irving.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, see, I mean, like, oh man, it's just
Damn, a lot of moves were made today. What the?
yeah.
Fuck?
What actually, you know what? Yeah, a lot of smaller tier trades. But what do you think about I think that's something I want to talk about for sure. Is the Westbrook didn't get moved. So what are your feelings on the Westbrook saga for the Lakers?
Well, I mean,
and that could be like the last part of this combo.
See, I think that, and this should be a message to a lot of brothers out there. You should, very few things, if anything, should surprise you in life. And if you find yourself always being surprised as a quote unquote man, then you're doing something wrong. All right, that means that you lack depth, you lack scope, you lack awareness. All right, and understanding of how things actually work in the world. Because once you do, then you won't be surprised. Am I surprised that he didn't move? No, and this isn't even that deep. There weren't many contracts that could have been moved for his besides John Wall. And no one's going to make that move because at the end of the day, say you just want to say, well, I've been saying this for years. John Wall is a poor man's version, Eastern Conference version of Russell Westbrook. And that is not even saying a lot for Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, don't get me wrong, is a Hall of Fame caliber player. But when you have them two on the same team, you know what? I think that at this point in their careers, still you have to go with Russ because at least he could rebound. John Wall is not the defender that he used to be. He used to be a great perimeter defender, John Wall. Yep. You know what I mean? So let's not forget that he was the number 1 overall pick for a reason.
Yeah, he used to be a ball hawk.
Yeah, he was all over the ball, no homo. So and then also, he's a streaky shooter, but more of a confident shooter than Russ. Russ, ever since he started slipping at the free throw line, that should have been a huge red flag, because he used to be like 80%. How do you go from being 80%?
I don't know, man.
And no one talks about it. Like, what? So something's going on with that. But then again, so again, I'm not surprised at all. And what does that mean for the Lakers? It means that this has failed. Russ is going to be the scapegoat for LeBron, even though we all know that LeBron signed off on them getting Russ. For what reason? Probably because he wanted to use it as storyline, or use him as the impetus to fucking go after KD, because KD has Kyrie, and also to say, oh, if I can win Russ, then you know what, that's got to be a huge mark for me in the GOAT campaign. And then if it doesn't work out, I'm just gonna do what I always do, and then subjugate that person to all the ridicule.
Damn.
I mean that's serious. I'm not.
I know. I know you are. That's why I said damn. I'm saying damn.
So a part of me kind of feels bad for Russell Westbrook because only on this level, like he's from there. He's wanted to play in LA probably his whole goddamn life, and now he has to go through this, and it's gonna be hated by Lakers fans because LeBron James is going to freaking do the sideways pivot and fucking be like, well, you know what I'm saying? We tried to win, but maybe Russ got a lot going on in his head. 8 turnovers. No, one post game he was like, oh yeah, 8 turnovers under the big lights. He just came back to LA. So LeBron, damn well you can't be regarded and accept the moniker of highest NBA basketball IQ, and then not know that wasn't a good fit for y'all. Like both those can't be true. You know what I'm saying? Both can't be true.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just start off this with with a big old what the fuck? Yeah, that's how I felt. That's how I genuinely felt. You know what I'm saying? When we made this stupid ass trade. Sorry, we made this stupid ass signing. Stupid ass trade transaction.
Yeah, it was a trade.
During the off season to get this motherfucker. Okay, I've been waiting to have a venue to where I can be able to vent about this for so long. And
I'm gonna put you on the big screen, Mike. Hold on.
Yeah. Do what you need to do, man. Give me the kid, like Stephen A. says. Give me the. I want that camera right there. I want that camera right there. You give me that camera right there. You gotta be fucking kidding me? Okay, who? You know what I'm saying? And I am a LeBron fan, right? But LeBron, what? Like this is some bullshit. Okay, all of that reaching through my like this is like I got so many like corresponding thoughts that you have watched this man railroad numerous teams on the way to his beautifully aligned stats and projections and accolades. He has good on you, Westbrook. This man is incapable of playing cerebral basketball. I am sorry. I do not care what anyone says. And to think, if you were really going to think, after 10, 12 years of this man being in the league, that he was finally going to now pick up his bootstraps and play like Chris Paul in his prime, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Like, I don't see what... And Rob Pelinka, I understand you succumb to the pressure of having a LeBron James on your roster. For that, I can give you... I feel bad for you on that end, right? Because that's not easy, right? You know, you had to make a tough decision on that end. And what I am hoping, though, is 10 years from now, right, when we play, you know, what do they call that? When you play hindsight is deadly, or hindsight is 50-50, or whatever they call that
2020.
shit. 2020. You can then go back and say, yeah, honestly, it was a no for me. You know what I'm saying? But I just gave LeBron what he wanted. LeBron and AD were on board, and that's the way it works. If I'm you, I'm taking that route 10 years from now. Like there's no way that anybody, and I don't know, I really don't know. And I have a lot of blame for LeBron on this. I have a lot of blame for AD on this, for having some thought in their head. This man has never shot more than 35% from the three. Nah. Okay, he has been on as my co-host has lovely mentioned, he has slipped dramatically from an 80% career free throw shooter and now has the yips at the free throw line and is hovering at mid-60s from the free throw line. I don't know how one can cascade so far to the depths of ineptitude from a shooting perspective. This man used to be, remember when we used to play 2K back in the days when he was on the Thunder, and he used to be a demigod at that pull-up mid-range jump shot, full speed turbo. It was like butterworks, bro. You literally you could fast charge down the court, and all you had to do was do the step, the pull back and pull, and no, it could not be stopped. The shit could not be stopped. What the fuck happened?
Now he's in the top of the backboard.
Bro, what the fuck? Now his biggest moniker is trying to shoot in a cold zone for 2K users and 2K followers. That is for where, you know, you're shooting in an area of the court that you're absolutely most likely going to airball from, no matter how best you try to shoot from. This motherfucker sits in the cold zone and continues to try to shoot Tim Duncan fucking pull-ups off the backboard from the high side of the backboard. What the fuck? The skinny side of the backboard, not even from the most beautiful. This is ridiculous. I do not understand. Like I just cannot see where anyone saw this going, right? I called this shit when it happened. I literally had to go, yeah, we'll see how it works. But in the deep depths of my soul, I knew this shit would not work. And this is what it has to now. We waste a year of LeBron's time. AD, I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's I don't know if he's feeling dejected, right? From watching the nonsense that he has to watch, where he watches a grown man do AAU shit. Like this is ridiculous, bro. I've never watched a player, right? They don't use hop steps a lot in the league, which is one of my bigger gripes. Overall, maybe from an analytics perspective, maybe they're telling them, hey, hop steps, you know, watch out, Derrick Rose style. You know what I'm saying?
They
like,
get hurt.
Maybe they say like you want to kind of be easy on utilizing hard jump stops. Okay, fair. Motherfucker, can you get into the middle of the lane and simply just make a business decision, bro? I've had enough, man. You are 32 years old. There is no reason why at 32 years old, playing all the basketball you've played in the NBA, 13 years, and you're still making jump passes with four people in the lane.
As a point guard.
With PG next to your name. It's one thing if you had a shooting guard next to your name, small forward, obviously that's not going to happen. But it's one thing if you have any one of those on your name. You are the point guard. And this is just my biggest him with him overall. I've had this problem with Westbrook for a long time. It almost falls into the Ben Simmons category, where it's like, you know, kind of like, what have you been doing for 10 years? You know what I mean? It's like I see the workouts. You're sweating up a blaze, and you're doing dunks at the end of the workout. I want to see you shooting 1,000 jump shots. I don't care about you being able to get up and dunk on Rudy Gobert. Because last
I mean,
time
that
I
wasn't
checked,
being dunked though.
it was. But for every one of them, I got 220 fucking turnovers. What fucking drills are you doing to limit the fucking turnovers? Because I'm damn sure you're not going to be dunking on a Rudy Gobert type player, 220 times in the year.
Oh yeah.
So somebody fucking give me a break, man. This is a fucking catastrophe. As a Laker fan, I'm disgusted. I myself am dejected. I can't even watch their games without knowing that the fucking what will go wrong will go wrong. Like Stephen A. Smith always says about the Cowboys. And this is something that needs to be rectified. And my biggest gripe is that it will not, because this ninja is going to opt in as he rightfully should and cash in. Cash the fuck in. And it's going to be to the dismay of all of us. I don't know how we're going to get out of this, man. I'm sick. I don't even like talking about Lakers in the barbershop anymore. You know what I'm saying? I go to the barbershop, I get ridiculed and laughed at. I got Golden State Warriors fans, bandwagon fans, all in the fucking shop, and I gotta watch them talk shamelessly about my fucking Lakers. It's enough, man. Enough is enough, man. I just don't get it. I'm done. I'm good. I'm good on this shit, bro. I'm good, man.
Yeah,
Fuck Westbrook. And just real quick, I don't feel bad for him at all. I mean, look, bro, you got one or two options, man. And I know you're not going to take the second. So continue doing the first, bro. Continue doing you, right? And just keep being you. Be the best version of you. And hey, take what comes with it, man.
Let me ask you an ultimate hypothetical. And I think you know where I'm going to go with this. What if it all starts to click and they win? And then yo, what happens then?
Yeah, what happens is that I'm going to be like, I still think we shouldn't have got this motherfucker. Because do you know how many minutes we have had to subject LeBron to in order to get this ship righted? So if we've got, because imagine the road that they're going to have to go to, playing as an 8th seed or a 9th seed, getting into the play-in, right? They got to get past that. Then they got to play, they're probably going to have to play, oh, Lord. They're probably going to have to play the Suns, right? Who is a bad matchup. The Suns and the Warriors is a terrible matchup for the Lakers. Right, and it's even a worse matchup because their point guard has a 10-to-1 fucking turnover to pass ratio, to assist ratio. Our point guard has a God knows what, bro. I don't even think it's 2-to-1, bro. I think it's because if it's 10 turnovers and 5 assists, no, because he's got 7.6 assists. The last time I saw his stat line, it's a 7.6 assists. So, and he's got 220 fucking turnovers overall, leading the NBA by far, by the way. In turnovers. James Harden's got.
No, Mike, we can't see you. The mic's.
Sorry. Sorry. I just went on. James Harden's averaging 10 assists a game, right? And he's coming in second as your leading turnover getter. Westbrook only is averaging 7 assists a game, 7.5, 7.6 assists a game, and yet he is leading the league in turnovers. That means he's at least averaging 4 to 5 turnovers a game.
Can't be 5. It's probably like 3.8.
Probably okay. 5. I'm doing.
If it was 5, bro, it would be.
I'm being emotional. So yeah, it's at maybe 3.5, 3.6.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not favorable, bro.
Yeah,
it's not favorable. It's not favorable, bro. It's not favorable, bro. And you know what it is? And I won't say that. You know why? If I say 5, because emotions or not, it's the plays that he makes may not be turnovers.
Oh, but no.
Yeah, but they are just as good. They are just as good as turnovers, right? So that's why that's where my mind emotionally goes, where it's like I'm thinking about all the nonsensical decisions.
If that's the case.
The screamers
over 10, bro.
The dribble down the dribble down. Get the ball. You get over half court by 20 seconds. You dribble down for 15 seconds. You do the back down, and then you do a step back and shoot off the high side of the backboard and touch nothing but the top of the backboard, bro. That is a turnover. In my eyes, that's a turnover. So that's what I'm thinking about. When I think about at least, I'm thinking about at least 5 times where he's going to make a decision that's going to act in the negative, right?
The jump passes.
the jump passes that may get there, but they may also fucking skedaddle off the hands of a non-expecting shooter who's expecting him to come in the shooting pocket. I'm sorry. So to answer your hypothetical, if they do, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. This style of basketball is not what I think that LeBron should be signing up for in year 19.
He did it.
I know. And that's my problem. That's why I have a problem with LeBron. I have a huge problem with LeBron because as soon as they said, "Oh, LeBron signed off on this," I said, "Hey, nigga." Excuse my language, man. I don't like to say for our viewers. I don't like to use that word, bro. It's not kosher for me. But I am telling you, I said, nigga, really? Don't bring AD into the picture. I said AD's got some blemish, but don't. AD is not making no fucking business decisions. Nigga, you really thought that this was going to work? You are a bona fide. You are a passer domineer. You are an exquisite Magic Johnson-like player. You pass to shooters. Why did you think in the clutches of the fucking trenches, you think that this ninja at 30% and lower his whole career was going to be that guy that bails you out for that nice corner three? For that nice top of the key three.
LeBron thought,
man,
LeBron thought they could stay afloat. He could take a rest. Russ could pretty much be him because they play the same style of basketball. I've been saying it for years, Mike, on this same channel. Even on the Anchor Spotify channel with Moss Media, I've been saying it.
Don't disrespect
LeBron. They play the Oscar Robertson style of basketball.
Okay, that's fair.
High usage rate. It all goes through me. Triple doubles or at least close to it. Who else does it? James Harden, Russell Westbrook. Cade Cunningham's looking like he about to jump on the train. What's that guy? The white dude out in Dallas. Doncic. He was a great player, by the way. Young, great player. Definitely going to be MVP one day.
But I just want to make sure I don't want to interrupt you. I just want to make sure we're on the same page, though. Yes, they play the same style of Oscar Robertson basketball as far as wide-ranging efficiency, but as far as maximizing it to its fullest,
there's levels to this.
Okay,
LeBron obviously is like.
Okay, all right. You were about to. I'm about to shut this shit off, bro. I was about to end this shit, bro. I really, bro.
In my opinion, LeBron thought that LeBron knows he's like here.
Sure.
He is Oscar Robertson 2.0 for the most part, in a weird kind of way. Even though I think that he's more like if I had to like make him up, it would be like a Karl Malone and I don't know. I wouldn't say Magic. Maybe Magic. I don't know. Maybe Magic because he can pass like Magic, but no, he can't pass like Magic. He passes very well. No one passes like Magic.
Sure. No. That player is not to be seen again. Yeah.
I'll get off that topic. But anyway, back to what I was saying.
That's an easy one.
I believe that LeBron was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? He kind of plays like me. Like we're from the same tree of play style. So if I could take off and he could pretty much do me, the offense should be able to continue. And it's Russ. He's an MVP caliber player. He took the whatchamacallit to the playoffs, the Wizards. So all he has to do is spell me for at least 40-something games.
Yep.
Get us to the playoffs, and I'll take it from there.
Yeah.
And then when I take it from there, then I get to fucking shit on KD and Kyrie because that's what this is really about.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I think LeBron was thinking.
Yeah, that's what he was thinking. That's what he was thinking, right? He was thinking he was going to get someone.
I'm putting you on the big screen. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. See, no. See that? Let me make sure this damn camera is right on me, man. Because this is that shit I be talking about, man. Yeah. I'm sure that he planned that, right? For him to spell him for that. Look, I saw it. I see where LeBron went. He wanted. If I'm schematically going to break this down, I'm going to say this is how he looked at for it to go. Russell Westbrook would start, right? LeBron would be the pseudo facto ball handler in those lineups. For that second unit, though, like the Warriors like to do, they try to keep at least one starter in that second unit, right? So that way they can, keep the momentum going. That guy who's cascading, that's leading that unit, can essentially get get a feel for themselves throughout the course of that second quarter, top of the third quarter. That's where LeBron ideally wanted Westbrook to shine, and that passage of that mid second quarter, going into going into the half, and then going into the mid of the third quarter before the fourth quarter comes, where LeBron can sort of take the reins and control tempo. That's where he thought Westbrook was going to shine. But guess what? This motherfucker had other plans, man. And I could have told you this from a mile away. This ain't 2K. This is not 2K. You cannot bring a ninja's tendencies down. Okay, you cannot bring his shot IQ up, attributes up. You cannot. This is not fucking 2K. Now, if Westbrook was 5 to 7 years younger, okay, okay, maybe I would have gave you a shooter's chance that this could maybe work, because then he wouldn't have had the accolades built up by this point. He wouldn't have got his head all on a fucking swivel, right? And he would know. And I can't even say that because he had a motherfucking MVP next to him and Kevin Durant, and he still chose to do it his way or the highway, as if to say he was on the same plane. Okay, it's mind-boggling. So I don't care what LeBron saw. Okay, LeBron is a savant. LeBron follows the league like no one else does. He watches the NBA League Pass on the monitor with 6 different fucking breakdowns of watching 6 games at the same time. And this ninja could not take it upon himself to say, at my point in my career, I need at least a point guard or at least a facilitator that is going to give me at least 35% from 3, 80% from the free throw line. That's all you need.
What he wanted was Buddy Hield, but
no, that's what he needed. What he ended up wanting, because I don't want to hear that, because what he ended up wanting was Westbrook, because he could have got Buddy Hield.
But do you know what? No. Want to know why they didn't get Buddy Hield? And this isn't spoken about enough. They didn't get Buddy Hield because your boy over in Boston, Schroeder, played hardball. If he would have signed the extension,
okay,
it was going to be a sign and trade.
Okay.
But he wanted to test the waters, and obviously everyone mocks him for getting that $5 million contract. But that was going to be a sign and trade. If he would have signed that deal, he was going to Sacramento, or maybe a third team. Who knows how they would have did it? But Buddy Hield would have came, but he didn't, and they couldn't get Buddy Hield at that point.
No, you know what though? Because if that's the case, you still had some pieces, right? Because you didn't get rid of Kyle Kuzma and them at that point, right? You still had the pieces, right? So something could have got. Look, if you really want a player, right? Because you went and got Westbrook, and you slapped on $47 million to your fucking cap space.
But who did trade for him though? I forget who.
They traded Kyle Kuzma, Caldwell Pope. They traded I believe they a first and
the nigga with the dreads. The nigga with the dreads.
And then and Montrezl Harrell. They gave up those 3 guys.
But those contracts had to equal.
Yes,
Russ.
because Kuzma was making at least I think he was making like 15 because he re-signed the year before. So Kuzma was making like 15 mil. Caldwell Pope had an expiring like 13 mil, 14 mil contract, and then Montrezl Harrell had a $9 million contract. So it was like around there. So if anything, the Lakers are paying like the tax.
Yeah, they probably are. They always pay that.
Like it's like a $5 million off, but those type of trades can be made, 1-to-1. And they gave what's it called, to compensation by way of draft picks too, like the few that they had. Yeah. They gave that up. So my thing is that, again, like I get that, Aaron. I've heard that as well. And I think that can be a component as to why it did not go through. But I'm sorry, you hold off for a key piece at 19. At the 19th year, you take that, you know what I'm saying? Because look, bro, this is a heavy burden, bro. And I don't know if LeBron really took a second and thought about what this was going to be like, bro. Like, this world could have been so much easier. You could have got Buddy Hield, maybe a nice little point guard off from the Kings from development. You work with that. You give up Horton Tucker. Hey, he can be up and down. You give up Horton Tucker. You give up Kuzma. You maybe give up Caldwell Pope, and then you get Buddy Hield and maybe a second rounder. Yeah. Bro, that's it. That's it, bro. Wash your hands, and then you go from there, man. And then you take it, bro. You've been getting the onus of blame for your whole career, for the most part. So just dude. So like my thing is that this cannot, LeBron. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it.
Russ is gonna accept unless.
Yeah.
LeBron could be like, yo, Russ, decline it, and I'll set you up with some business ventures that'll get you more than that. That's the only way. If he declines, it's because LeBron stepped to him and offered him something that could be way more lucrative. That's the only way. Yeah, but if he accepts it, it's over. That's another season. LeBron is a wrap. LeBron, I don't see him demanding a trade because because of his name, and then also, you know, I don't see him doing that.
Yeah, it's a mess, man.
He's on the Lakers. You came to the Lakers, win a championship. I don't see him going to demand a trade. Maybe Russ might start demanding a trade. Maybe LeBron might tell Russ to be the one to demand a trade. But then again, you can't move anybody from him.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I don't know.
LeBron's gonna fucking fire up his 2K game and start trying to look at different trade finders. Like,
Yeah.
I'm dead serious.
fucking
LeBron,
done.
if you don't think LeBron plays 2K,
Oh no, he's
and all
definitely
that,
does.
yeah,
No, I'm dead
LeBron,
because I just imagine him actually doing that. That's hilarious. I could actually imagine him fucking throwing the controller at the fucking TV when he sees that it's fucking futile.
yeah, right.
Like,
It's gonna say no trade offers available.
yeah, with the big ass thing, no, like all capital letters, no trades available. Like
None.
stupid. It's your fault.
Yeah, right. You should have never took that contract on.
Yeah, but this is why, and I'll say this, you know, to on my end, just to close it, because I'm sweating over here. I'm obviously irate. You know, I do have to give a little bit. I know it's a tough, you know, I just, if I'm Rob Pelinka, I think it's a really tough position to be in. But it's one thing if they didn't get to the NBA Finals, right? It's one thing if they didn't win the championship. As a GM, I think that you at some point, right, have to kind of put your foot down, right? And I know that it could have disastrous, you know, connotations to it, because I don't know what I would do. I can't sit here and say, oh, if I was Rob Pelinka, I would say, nah, LeBron, thank you for your input. But because you got to think about it, this ninja, because I'm not, just because I'm a LeBron fan doesn't mean that I'm not objective. I know that this ninja is going to only get the, well, I suggested it moniker. Yeah. And because I'm not technically, that's not what I get paid to do. You know what I mean? So if I'm Rob Pelinka, I want these checks to keep coming. Yeah. And if I know this ninja is not going to go, well, yeah, I vehemently wanted Russell Westbrook, then I'm not going with Russell Westbrook. They've been saying it for the last 5 years. This guy is not going to age well. As a GM, I'm just going to take a step back. I would have to take a step back from an analytical perspective and say, well, AD wasn't really shooting lights out from three. LeBron is, yeah, he has his moments where he's streaky from three. But outside of that, we really don't have shooting. So what are we going to get from Russell Westbrook? Like, we're not going to get 38%. We're not going to get 36%. Hell, we're not even going to get 32%. Like, what? And he's aging. So, like, I don't know, man. If I'm him, I'm just like, as a GM that has LeBron, when you know that he's not going to get the most share of the blame simply because he is not being paid to be the GM, I'm going to take your consideration and say, yeah, no, he suggested Westbrook, but from a schematic perspective, we had to go somewhere else. We had to go in a different direction. Because I don't know, man. I just can't put all my balls in one court. You know, yeah, it's LeBron, but if it was 10 years ago, LeBron, sure. 37-year-old LeBron, missed the most games of his career in the last 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of hard for me to be like, hey, man, are you gonna be here for when this ninja is doing the most? And we already saw he missed 20 games or something like that in this year so far.
Yeah. Like, look, it's a bad situation.
Yeah, totally. It's a horrible situation. That's being nice.
He's the real Mr. Glass. He can't stay healthy to save his life. And Russell Westbrook's contract, come on. You can't move that guy.
Bro.
You cannot. The only person is John Wall. Nobody.
I got a ball in my throat just thinking about it. No homo.
Wow. All right, pause real fast on that one.
But yeah, my bad, yeah. But yeah, they call Anthony Davis. I saw somebody on a comment on Facebook just to 10. They were like, "Oh, you talking about they got Anthony Day to Davis?" I was like, "Oh,
wait, Anthony what?
Day to Davis." Yo, son, I fucking lost it, bro. I started hollering, man. I'm like, this is
disrespect. The disrespect.
It's unlimited, bro.
Yo, it's funny. Anthony Davis should be an NBA Finals MVP. He deserved that one. LeBron robbed that from him. Yeah. But honestly, so ultimately, to just recap, bring it all together, the Lakers are screwed. LeBron's screwed. All LeBron has left is to get Kareem's record. And that's it. Even when he gets that, he will not be regarded as the GOAT. Maybe, and people in the younger generations may say that he is the best player they've ever seen. Mm-hmm. But overall, I mean, but then again, real basketball followers, knowers, goers, whatever you want to call it, like knew like, it was never going to happen. After he lost to the Mavericks, the way they lost to the Mavericks, he could have never been in that conversation. You don't come up that small. JJ Barea.
That's a whole other combo, man. But I'm not gonna.
JJ Barea. No, so Mike, the thing is, I had to change. I thought we were actually going to get to the topic that I titled the video.
I know that's what I was saying.
I just changed it.
Yeah, I was saying like you got to change it because there's no. We didn't get to none of that. I know there's no feminism. Yeah, there's no feminism in there at all. There was
we'll save that for definitely a different day.
And I'll give you guys like the next episode, guys, because we're gonna get back into our reactions on the craziness that YouTube has to offer, and some of the things that we want you guys to look at. And I think going forward, what I would love our channel, to sort of head in that direction, man, is look, there is a lots of content that is how do I say this? It's very glaring where the world is going, right? And the fire, hell, and brimstone that we are heading into, right? And I think in one of these episodes of a podcast I like to watch, that one of the guys was like, just bring the asteroid, just somebody bring the asteroid and take us all out, man, because this shit is crazy out here, man. Like this shit is nuts. This shit's nuts. And one of the videos I was planning on showing was and it was basically a nice, funny. I don't know, it was funny. Well, to me, it's hilarious about just kind of where the heathenry and the how do I say this, and the debauchery in some parts of the world are going, because this girl, if you haven't heard her before, her name is Kazumi Squirts. This girl's nasty. So so our male viewers, some of y'all might like this stuff because some of y'all be out here doing this weird shit. So hey, who knows? Y'all might y'all might want to look her up, and you'll probably subscribe to her OnlyFans and make it worth it. You know what I'm saying? So hey guys, that's it for me. I'm sweating my ass off here. The Lakers got me hot, and bothered, and for all the wrong reasons. Thank you, Aaron, for. Actually, I was the one that brought up Westbrook, so I did it to myself. So it is what it is.
Yeah, actually, you definitely are the one that asked that question. So
yeah.
So anyway, I think that today this episode has been great. It's been really it felt really good to actually get back on live, and also on my double A channel. I haven't made a video in a while, obviously, because like I said at the top of the episode, I've been sick. I'm battling a whole bunch of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to actually like get in front of the camera again, especially alongside you, Mike. And then I think we had a great discourse today. I think that there was a lot of parody, and obviously, most of y'all know, most of this stuff, the majority of this stuff is all off the top, unscripted. We talk about what we want to talk about, and then we just save it for the show. So. Keep it legit, keep it raw, no homo, and we keep it raw over here. But anyway,
and just a quick note, because this is for all y'all that are like, me and Aaron are just like a constant echo chamber. Like we never disagree on anything, right? Like, guys, what the fuck? Like, what kind of, you cannot, like, if you're, all you do is surround yourself with people that just tell around everything you say, you're not getting anything out of that experience. So this is how me and Aaron conversate, you know what I'm saying? It's just that we don't, the thing is that we are not, how do I say this? We are not overly emotional. Yes, we can have our antics where we dramatize, you know what I mean? Some of our reactions and things of that nature, but at the end of the day, we're able to, when presented with quality arguments, we can say like, okay, we could take a step back. So it doesn't need to get to a point where we just sit in volatile,
argue,
go back and forth, and just say, oh, fuck you, like, oh, you're a fucking dick, oh, we don't have those types of arguments, because
and
that's
honestly,
just how we operate. I don't think I could ever remember. I don't think we've ever argued like that.
But to that point, though, it's when people see that on TV or wherever they're streaming it, YouTube, on their phone, a lot of that's contrived. You think that literally Skip and Shannon don't agree all the damn time? Like, no, like they agree far more often, but for the sake of the show, you know what I'm saying? They say, I'm gonna take this stance, and that's why Shannon, I know in my mind, in my heart, like Skip does say, in my heart of hearts, I know That's Shannon Sharp knows. Like, there's no contest when it comes to the GOAT talk between Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Hey,
No,
take it easy, man.
no, I know
Take it
that.
easy.
I know
Take it
that
easy.
Shannon knows.
Nah,
But
he
for the-
believes it. He believes what we all believe. So I'm playing.
Yeah, but for the sake of the show, he's adopted that side, and look, it's something that continues to go and helps the show. And they have no episodes or they need filler. It's great. It's great TV. That's what it
It's
is.
great banter. No, I agree with that. I agree. I don't know if I think he does believe it, but I do think that it's necessary to have somebody like that who is because Skip is easily the anti LeBron. Like
Yeah.
there's no like anything LeBron does. Like you could ask him a pinpoint question that would easily railroad his argument, and he'll just go, "Well, did you see what happened in 2013 with JJ Barea? Did you see how he reacted with that? It's like skip. Answer my question. Did Michael Jordan ever get out? How many times did he get bounced out the first round? Did Michael Jordan ever get locked up by a 39-year-old Jason Kidd?
Yeah, right.
Well past his prime? Did
Yeah.
that ever happen to Michael Jordan? It's
Skip
like
it.
just answer the question.
Skip it. Like, that was the biggest meltdown by a superstar player I've
Oh, my
ever
God.
seen. Even
Yeah.
Ernestine was sitting next to me on the couch. she said, Ernestine.
This ninja is so disrespectful, bro. Calling motherfucking Westbrook, bro. Just fully disrespect the people's names, bro.
Yeah.
Like him and Stephen A. That's something I definitely have never. Well, one of the things I've never liked about those two guys is that they just openly just like, disrespect players, like as if they won't come on that show, and if they could, and backhand. If they could, they would come up on there and backhand the shit out of them.
And that's the issue. And that's an even greater topic right there, Mike. Where you just
Didn't we do something on that before? I think we did something with the Jalen Rose versus Skip. That I think we did that on Anchor though.
Yeah, that was a while back, I believe. But no, but so like the greater point there that I want to I don't want to go all the way in, obviously, for time's sake and your time, and obviously I'm tired. It's almost 12 midnight here Eastern Standard Time. So very quickly, you say that they say these things like these people won't come on the show and yada yada because they won't. I don't know why. Because a lot of these players, not for nothing, they're just players. They're just athletes. That's it. They're not, they're not someone to be idolized or nothing like that. Like they're great at what they do, which is play basketball or play football.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't. Society nowadays puts these people on this crazy pedestal and gives them so much more influence than they actually deserve. And I'm saying this because
no, I agree with that.
Like, for instance, 99.9% of players won't go on the show. But we saw what happened when Kyrie Irving went on that show. Because he's a very well-read brother. Now, people have their own reservations about Kyrie. But when it comes to the fact of the matter, he's very well-spoken. And he was able to fucking put a pow-pow sandwich together for fucking Max Kellerman for the better part of 45 minutes. So
yeah,
that's a day Max Kellerman will never forget.
Yeah, that day was a...
It was the most awkward thing I've ever watched.
Yeah,
live
I'll give
on
him
TV.
credit if he didn't do the whole Earth is flat thing, man. It's just because then, bro, you just give people the ammo to just be like, man.
Yeah, but he still souffled Max Kellerman that day, and that's my point. Most athletes aren't well read or well spoken.
Oh yeah, I mean, most of them didn't go to Duke and could have gone to Duke without needing a basketball scholarship.
Yeah,
I mean, Kyrie is not an idiot, for lack of a better term. No, he's very astute. It's just some of the things he is. That's for another day. I'll leave that for because I have my own reservations about it.
But if the players were, if more of them were like him, I believe you will see hesitancy from Stephen A. and Skip Bayless, and in regards to the remarks that they make about players so flagrantly. Because I agree, sometimes they take over the top. And it's like, come on, like like a Kwame Brown, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, they wouldn't. You see what Kwame Brown's doing? We could talk. You see what Kwame Brown's doing now?
Oh yeah,
yo, Kwame Brown's going. I love it.
Yeah, he has a huge cult of personality now.
Yeah, I love it. They couldn't have if this is out because they said this has been him, so they couldn't have this dude on because they would have shut ESPN down.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way they could have had this Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown. They couldn't have this dude on there. Like, this
Nah,
motherfucker, he
nah.
would have lit. And I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about, and because I agree with you. I think that I don't think there's a lot of players that can eloquently, um, establish their viewpoints without sort of getting tripped up
Emotional.
tripped up by emotional arguments that sort of go from like 100 0 to 100, just based off of simple arguing points. So I agree with you there. I think it's a tough thing to sort of come in and be able to speak your piece
Yeah.
without getting quote unquote in this climate, especially because the most of them are probably raised, sorry for lack of a better term, by single mothers. So
Oh yeah.
so a lot of them are going to be extremely emotional when it comes to quote unquote disrespect. So yeah, no, I agree with that. It would be very difficult for someone to come on and beat them, because I'm not even saying those two guys are even that, like, it's just they've been in this business a long time, so
Yeah.
they know how to ask the questions that sort of get you, saying, that could potentially trip you up if you don't know how to navigate media, the what's it called, sort of media dynamics well enough.
Mhm.
So I agree with you there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
But yeah, so I say that to say, hey, quote unquote black man, you have to start by picking up a book. Let's just start there. We have to be, you know, auditing, auditing, auditing ourselves on a
mhm.
daily basis. We should be getting better every day. And I think the easiest way is to read a book. And I'm not talking about like fictional books. I'm talking about nonfiction, or even like a book on like a trade or a craft. Read something, because I do believe that's the easiest way. Actually, no, YouTube nowadays is probably the easiest way. The same way you're watching us right now, you can do a quick Google search on how to rewire lights in your house, and that's stepping stones to becoming an electrician. Will you be certified? No. Will you have a license? No. But you can save yourself a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Because it's called YouTube University for a reason. There's nothing out there that you can't learn on
Lord,
YouTube.
don't I know it?
On YouTube.
Yeah.
So we live in an age of information, and I've said that dozens of times in the past, and I'm gonna say it again. There's no reason that we should be limited when it comes to knowledge. If you don't have knowledge now, then you're never gonna get it, and that's just pretty much an indictment on you as a person, and who you are and where you're going to end up ultimately. Mike, I'll end with this. I was I my rental property, the dryer broke, and normally I'll fix the dryer, but now with Quincy and stuff like that, like I don't have the time. You know what I'm saying, to be doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
So last night, the tenant reached out saying the dryer broke, whatever, and she's trying to like tell me the symptoms so I can diagnose it. And I'm thinking like, all right, I have a guy that I know. He's been there before and changed the motor, because the motor, like stuff like that I won't do. Like I won't do electricity. There's
Mm-hmm.
certain things I just won't do. So I had a guy come change the motor and all that stuff, and I was looking for his number. So I was like, I'm just gonna call this dude, have him go, because I don't want to bring Quincy over there, and you never know how he might start, acting and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to look for this guy's number. It's not my phone. I don't have any I can't find an invoice on any of my like web pages, something like that. So then I go into my old phone, thinking like, okay, I might have the text in the old phone, or at least like the call, because I never delete call logs. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I go on my old phone. I'm looking. I can't find it. But I go through my photos, and I used to screenshot a lot of ideas for like videos to do. And this one screenshot that I took was like basically saying, "Oh, like um, you shouldn't have to aim for the top. The bottom should be livable. Capitalism sucks and needs to be torn down, or whatever." And something to that measure. I'm just like,
Wow.
I get it. Like maybe people don't naturally just want to be the best. Some people just will settle for like, I'm just not the best. He's better, she's better, whatever. Maybe, right? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super competitive, so Not me. It's others. Okay, I get it. People are different. Different shows, different folks, right?
Right.
But say that the bottom should be livable. Like, whoa.
Yeah, that's
Like, you know,
crazy.
like what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, that's wild.
how would you? I understand you don't want to be the best, but then you got to like go all the way to the bottom. Like, no, no. I firmly believe the bottom should not be livable because people shouldn't want to fucking remain at the bottom. Period.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
That's just a lot of that socialist bullshit coming through, especially through the black, quote unquote, black communities lately.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, dude, I saw that and I was like, wow, I'm surprised I've never
The
been.
bottom should be low. Oh, wow.
Bro, that's what she said.
And what was the ethnicity of this person, by the way? Just for
Quote
my
unquote black, quote unquote black.
okay, that makes sense.
Woman, whatever.
That makes sense.
Yeah, man, the bottom should be livable.
Yeah, that's
What?
wild.
No, the bottom should not be livable.
That's wild.
Like you shouldn't. The bottom should not be anything to be proud of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. We're all like, victims of circumstance at a certain point. Like, you can't help who you're born to or where you're born at.
Yeah.
You can't help that. So, but to just accept that, like for instance, even Bane rose out of the darkness.
Oh man.
You know what I'm
One of
saying?
the most awesome characters, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He said you simply live in the darkness. I was born in it.
Yeah, molded
Molded by the blind. Yo, that's it. I still got that. Actually, I think I got that on my. I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah, I heard it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I was born.
I'm with you.
You merely adopted the dog. I was born in the baby. Now let me break your fucking back.
Yeah, exactly. That motherfucker snapped that ninjas. Oh man, that
Like a
scene
Kit
had
Kat.
me like, I was like, yeah. I was like, damn, they got that gat.
Yeah.
God damn.
That shit look like a 1990s wrestling match. It was like,
Yo, that ninja said. That nigga said, Nigga, I would have been crying straight tears, bro. Like, ain't no way a grown man gonna snap my back in two with his two hands, man. Oh hell no, ninja. Oh nah, bro. That's when that movie. I was like, the movie's got to end here because there ain't no coming back from this. I'm like, what you gonna start swinging on him and all your punches are gonna have all the resolve
yeah, right.
and the fucking and the necessary force. This ninja snapped your back. He snapped your back in the brink of darkness. How are your punches now? What were you in the gym for 100 years straight? Oh no. Yeah, that shit didn't make sense, man. I was like, just end the movie, bro. As soon as he snapped his back, I was like, I ain't believing shit that happens after. That's why I can't be a Batman fan, yo. Can't be a Batman fan because of that shit right there, man. Ninja. Bane. They made Bane way better than the fucking cartoons, yo.
Oh, the cartoon. He was like a side character, bro.
He was a fucking sucker, yo.
Yeah, he was a brute for Poison Ivy, bro. That's
Yeah,
all he
bro.
was.
He didn't even have, Batman didn't even have to do anything physical. He just had to be like, he's like, oh, you won't come in here. You won't come in this room. And then this motherfucker jumps in the room, and all of a sudden he's in a pod full of a fucking toxic, just fucking drowning and shit. I'm just like, but you got Bane in the movie, fucking orchestrating the whole hostile takeover of the world. I'm like, all right, man. You know what? Breaking back and shit in the whole mode.
I think that's the best part about that that movie.
Oh yeah.
That people like you and I watched Bane and how we were familiar with Bane, and then juxtaposition to who he was in the movie. It was like what? But ultimately, at the end, he was the same Bane.
Yeah,
because the girl pulled all the strings.
Shit had me sick, bro. Shit had me sick.
Sorry, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
If you haven't watched fucking Dark Knight Rises, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been like 10 years. But I mean, hey, spoiler alert. Yeah. But, I mean, that shit had me. That's why I'm saying that at that point, once you get past the back breaking scene, it's one thing if he beat him, like, on some other shit. He broke his back, y'all. If you haven't seen the movie, the man literally, like when you take your wrestling, we're going on a huge tangent, but if you take your wrestling, if you had those wrestling figures from back in the day, right? You just take randomly, you just take The Rock and Stone Cold, and you just break it on his back and just snap the figurine in two. That's what he did, what Bane did to the Batman.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he did
And that ninja crawled. That ninja crawled on the fucking gravel. That ninja crawled fucking coughing up blood. Fast forward, this ninja's giving this guy all the haymakers necessary
Yeah,
to put him down.
yeah.
Explain it to me. How?
I can't.
With no souping up of the suit, no nothing. Like, you know what? It is what it is, man. That's movies for you at its finest. You know what I'm saying? The logic go out the window.
I think the second one was the best in the trilogy.
Oh, hell yeah. By far.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The last one I really liked too. That
You're talking about with the Joker.
Heath Ledger, yeah.
Yeah.
The second one was. I mean, the third one was really good too.
Yeah.
But I think the second one, like Heath Ledger's acting in that movie, and also like how like the character arcs and character development.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Introducing Harvey Dent as Two-Face. I mean, obviously, if you watched the shows, you knew, but I didn't think it was going to come to fruition in that movie. I thought they were going to hold that to like a different movie. They're like, no, we're going to kill this bitch, deform his face. Batman's the girl he's in love with is now dead from the Joker, and then they also had Scarecrow. I think in the beginning of that movie, it was just like they, no,
but you know what it was? I mean, I talked my shit about the Bane thing, but like, I mean, I didn't know how this went into a movie review, but at the end of the day, like that was like from top to bottom, from the first one to the third one, like everything. Like that was probably one of the few trilogies where like everything from the what do they call it? The scores, the musical scores.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what I pay attention to. Like I mean, I love the like you're talking about the what's it called? The character development as far as the highs and the lows and how they the trials and tribulations that the characters go through. I like that, but I like the like if you can if I'm sitting in my room in darkness, right, watching the movie, and I have surround sound and the music, right, is pinpoint every single song, whether it's the music that's like capturing like a love moment or capturing a dark moment. Yo, they hit every song on the nail for me. Like that, it was an experience. Each one was an experience. You know what I'm saying? So that's why movies like that, trilogies like that are very few and far between, for sure. Like, so I'll give it to that.
We should do some movie reviews going forward, man.
I mean, that's what I was saying, man. We can we could do reaction reviews. We could do all that, like things like that. It doesn't have to. I know we love doing intersectional dynamics, because we definitely want to help our guys out with the fogginess that is dating in 2022. 2022. Sure. But we
have
also,
more offer than that.
Yeah, I think there's so much more. I think we have so much more humor, guys. I think we have. If anybody that knows us, like we offer a wide ranging, you know what I mean, aspect, and I think we can bring that to light in a number of different topics. So going forward, that's definitely, like as I was mentioning earlier before we were about to let go and see you guys later. That's I think I would love for our direction of our podcast to go for y'all, and that's why I want y'all to let us know what you want us to talk about, because we love helping y'all. That's something we definitely want to make one of the big parts of the podcast. But also, hey man, like there's a lot of fun, funny, interesting, crazy, wild things that are also going on in the world, and I think you guys would seeing our reactions and our facial reactions and our comedic sort of presentations to these things would make you guys for sure intrigued more about who me and Aaron are.
Yeah, exactly. Like basically, I think just know more about us, and I think the way we can do that is by breaking down films, because films are subjective, for the most part. Yeah, for the most part. Like I could watch a movie and take away something, and Mike could watch a movie and take away something different. Maybe not completely different. Yeah.
Like Matrix 4. I think we started having.
Oh my god! Are you kidding?
Man.
That movie was horrible, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, why did they even make that movie?
Yeah,
like, I am a huge fan of the Matrix trilogy.
Yeah, man.
Loved it. Like, literally, the video games, played it, even read some of the comics. I watched the fucking Animatrix when it came out years ago.
I did too.
I watched the Matrix
That shit was
trilogy.
freaky.
So
That's a
many.
freaky
It
match.
was. It definitely was. It was
Some
way
freaky matches.
too advanced for me to watch it at that age. But
Yeah.
I digress. So
Yeah, I'm done.
I watched the Matrix trilogy so many times. I watched the fucking in Matrix 2 Revolution. Reloaded. Matrix
Yep.
Reloaded.
Mhm.
That fight scene with Neo in the courtyard at the fucking
Woo.
the projects. One of the greatest fight scenes of all time, in my opinion.
Oh
Now,
my god.
obviously, if you go and watch it now, it's going to look dated because of the CGI in terms of
Man.
today. But if you would have watched that fight scene,
Oh,
then oh my god, that fight scene, you were on the edge of your seat, and because it just showed like they're both getting stronger. Neo's getting stronger, but Smith is getting stronger too. Obviously, it was like 1,000 of him, but still, it meant like this is an issue coming. So oh my god, if no
yeah.
one's ever watched that, especially our younger viewers, go YouTube that right now.
Yeah.
Matrix Reloaded fight scene in the project courtyard. Oh my god, that's a
Woo.
must watch. I'm gonna watch it after this live because I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, that shit was. Woo. But yeah, that's a great point by you. Yeah, no, like I said, I think we just like I said, I think there's a ton of things that are out there, guys. I think there's a ton of content just waiting for a taste, or just for them to get a how do I say it? Just get a nice little hint of Michael and Aaron. You know what I mean? Aaron and Michael. We can give that sort of pizzazz, and give that sort of New Jersey, East Northeastern connotation to it, right? Because you guys have your Miami podcast, you have your LA's, you have your I don't think anybody out there is really hitting it from that Northeast perspective, to my knowledge, from a podcast. So I think we can give that personality that's well needed in our space, and I hope you guys receive it well.
Yeah, so do
All
I.
right.
And on that note, I'm good to go to bed, y'all. Good to
Woohoo!
go to bed. Mike, it's been a pleasure as it always is.
That's
We're
right,
gonna
man.
have to definitely work on our consistency. I know, I know there's been a lot of things out of our control, but going forward, we could definitely try to. What the heck's that? What's going on? Okay, never mind.
Oh, this is awkward.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, what the hell? Yeah,
Oh, dang! I just saw my whole room, yo.
yeah.
Yeah, we out
I
here,
mean,
yo.
actually, not the light was like you couldn't really see much because the light was so bright.
Gotcha.
But anyway, but yeah, it's been great, and we definitely have to work on with our consistency. But
Yeah.
obviously, as you know, Thursdays is the best day for me. Like, and as you said, it would be the best day for you. So ideally, y'all should be on the lookout for Thursday evenings, okay? And we're gonna try to bring you a myriad of things. I mean, today went 2 hours, but you know what? I will say this, Mike. Tell me what you think. Today went 2 hours, but we didn't even talk about what the hell we wanted to talk about. And we talked about so many more things than what we actually talked about.
Sure.
And I like that because it was so off the cuff. It allowed us to be free and kind of just,
Yeah.
like have that, like we're actually just having a conversation. Like, as you know, we evolved from Anchor. That was different because we had to have a certain
Lord.
cadence because we couldn't see each other.
Yeah.
It's like literally like a phone call. You don't know, there's no like reaction to facial expressions, nothing like that.
Mhm.
So with this, especially the way how we had it tonight, I would definitely love to keep that going forward. I think that it adds a different dynamic that this channel has not yet had.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I think what it is that I just want to make sure that we don't lose you guys, right? Because I know, when there's so many different sort of when the combo does go in different directions, right? Which I like, I mean, we went from talking from basketball all the way to like movie reviews towards the end. I think that it is, I think that's the blessing, and that's where I think we're trying to show you guys is that this is just how me and Aaron conversate. You know what I mean? Like, our conversations are wide ranging. Like, we can have a combo where we can start playing Fortnite at
Oh,
6 p.m. and then have a combo about what's going on in the NBA. Then we can go from that to the NFL. From the NFL, we can go to the nonsense that we see in the movie industry, or we can go to where we're seeing in the food industry, or just whatever we're
yeah.
seeing in government. I mean,
Politics.
politics. It can go like shoo, like. So I think what I would love to do is try to capture that magic. You know what I mean? And obviously you can let me know if you're on par with this too. Just capture that magic, and structure just a little. Not as far as saying like, hey, we're just gonna have these talking points, but more so it's like, if we're gonna go on a crazy. If we're gonna go on that side of tangent, just try to at least like bring it back at some point to the, just so that way when somebody sees the title and then they watch the content, because I do want our people to get through the full 2 hours. We're almost at 2 hours. Get to the full 2 hours and not go, weren't they supposed to talk about NBA trade deadline?
Yeah.
How are they talking about Matrix Reloaded? Is there any NBA players in the new Matrix? Oh man, holy! Is that what they're saying? Are they saying the Harden's distracted because he was watching Matrix 4?
Harden's distracted.
Yeah. Okay. No, so that's all it is. So, but I agree though. I think for sure that's an aspect. I think if we like if we just maybe can have like a freestyle Friday, a freestyle Thursday, where we just sort of go into like what's grinding your gears today. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then we could just go over, like, we could have topics that are just, topics that, and we can structure where we have a couple of topics that are something off the top where it's like, oh yeah, this is, what's really fucking grinding my gears, and that's how we can go back and forth, like that. That way we cover ourselves, and then it's like when people see, like, they're like, oh damn, they're about to go in on a whole host of different topics. So we could do something like that. I think that definitely could capture that in a nice way too. So that's a good suggestion. Yeah, I like that.
All right, guys, you heard it. Let us know in the comments. Obviously, don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you so far to this video. Please, if you made it to the end of this video, please comment in the bottom and say "end." Put "end." We will give you a shout out on the next video for sure.
Yeah,
for sure,
buddy.
And definitely, if you made it to the end, I would assume that you already liked, share, and subscribe. But yeah, it's definitely appreciated. Obviously, Mike and I, we do this because of passion. We like doing it. Obviously, Mike and I are best friends. We talk already. You know what I'm saying? But we talk in front of you guys to offer some perspective, which I think is much needed based off what I see going on in the world lately. But that's about it that I have. Mike, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I think you captured it perfectly.
All right, y'all. So look, I have two
social media links. Make sure your other channel.
Yes. So obviously, guys, as you can see on Mike's screen, in the bottom left corner, it says M.A.S media channel. That is what you will Google search for all of our stuff. But if you YouTube it, you'll find a YouTube page. Obviously, Moss Media, for those of you who don't know, is pretty much like the mothership of my YouTube channel. It's the hub. Mike and I have great aspirations to basically create a production company, and that name of said production company is Moss Media. So obviously, the AAF YouTube channel is just a part of like the rungs on that umbrella. So yeah, ultimately, if you support me, you support Moss Media. So obviously, if you are a subscriber of my channel already, then you definitely need to go subscribe to Moss Media channel as well. Okay. With that being said, obviously, if you're not a subscriber to the AAF channel, by all means, please smash that like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe, all that good stuff, and then obviously do the same thing at the Moss Media channel, because again, we are one and the same. Again, for the people that don't know, I just, because of schedules, it's easier for me to sometimes do videos without Mike. And then that's why, obviously, the AAF channel has spun off. It's kind of like a spinoff, if you will, but not like a crappy spinoff like the Cleveland show. You know what I'm saying? It's actually like a good spinoff. Like, damn, I know there's shows that like were spinoffs that actually were like better than the original. Or at least on the same level. But I can't think of any right now. But I know for a fact.
No, yeah, it does happen, especially if it's done well, the writing's done well. But I think for our viewers, just to take away, I think it's just because, for instance, I'm also thinking about making a reaction channel myself, which would be another conduit under the Moss Media channel. Because again, I think what we want to make sure we do from an early age or of this channel is to ensure that you guys, while we do get the dynamic between me and Aaron that we have, we also want to be able to get to YouTube sort of us, right? And we want to give ourselves a space, because essentially that's probably what would happen anyway if we were, when this channel does, shoot to the stars. we would want to make sure we have a space where we're able to have our own. So like if Aaron wants to do more content, so based on primarily a certain sector of the world, I could do, something that's more comedic or something like that. That's because that might be something I'm more interested in, as far as to speak on by myself, right? So doing reaction videos like that on my own. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of having a channel and creating a hub, as Aaron, my co-host, mentioned. So that way we can then be able to see the different flavors that come with mass media as a whole. So, we want to make it a conglomerate, so to give you guys a one-stop shop for all your needs for whenever you go on YouTube. If you're in a mood, you're driving in the car on a Sunday morning, you want to have some reflective time to sit back, you want to take a look at something, that on the double A hef, channel, then you could take that time to do so. If you're looking, and you want to get a quick live, because I'll post some reckless nonsense, about what's going on, the tomfoolery, then by all means, you come to our channel. If you want to get something that gets both our insights, right? You want to hear what me and Aaron have to say, by all means, you come to the main channel, where we will be posting regularly, as for sure. We want to get back to that.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well said, Mike. Well said. So I'm very, very happy for what the future may bring. Everybody be safe this Valentine's Day. I know people are going to be getting catfish. So brothers, definitely. If you don't have more than 2 picks, don't meet up. It's real simple. I mean, that's it. And also, strap up. We don't need no extra babies coming out in November. You feel me? For real. And also, let's go Rams. I would love to see Matt Stafford and Odell Beckham Jr. get a ring. Nothing against Joe Burrow. I think his time will come, but I just feel that the Rams are going to win. And also, I really like the Rams growing up. Obviously, it's the greatest show on turf. So I think this is a new re-energized look of the Rams. Obviously, not counting the fact that they actually moved to LA and changed jerseys, but because I think roughly about 20 years ago, right when Tom Brady started. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady started with the Rams.
Yeah.
And then now he can end with the Rams if they win, right? So that's how I'm looking at it. So that's probably how it's going to happen. What's your Super Bowl take, Mike?
Ooh, yeah, real quickly. I'm going to. I think the Rams got it. I just think that they pose a lot of matchup problems for the Bengals. But I don't have a really big stake. I just really hope it's a good game. That's my biggest thing. But yeah, I want Odell Beckham to sort of cap off this season, so he can run around and say "I told you so" to all these hoes. The Skip Bayless is out there that were talking crazy about him. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to see it, Odell. We saw it for you. You know what I'm saying? I want the rest of it.
That's an episode for a different day. Why the hell did they do that to Odell in Cleveland?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? You got 2 weapons out there, and one of them, Odell is the better receiver. And I'm not saying
well, which one are you talking about? You talking about in Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm not saying by far, but I mean, like, if you want to say like there's a 1 and a 2,
as far as what they offer,
there's definitely a clear distinction between 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I get why you would say by far.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah.
But I'm not saying that Jay Landry, isn't somebody that can give you problems on the scouting report. No, I'm not saying that at all.
But that tells me it has to be something personal with Baker.
Yeah, I'm not buying schematically. Come on now.
Yeah,
you're saying you're that guy. Like that guy takes a look at the sheet and goes, okay, well, this is supposed to be my first read, but if I've been doing my homework and I know after Baker's been in the league 2-3 years now?
More than that.
Yeah, so. You're telling me by now you haven't been able to take a look at a fucking scouting report and look at film and say, you know what? Yeah, this is what the read says, but I got that guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the ball to that guy.
See, but even with that, though, very briefly, that's my issue with a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. Mm-hmm. They just want to go based off like the sheet. But you know what? That don't win you championships. Peyton Manning, one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever seen play the game. The greatest regular season quarterback I've literally ever seen play the game. Only got 2 chips. You know who else got 2 chips? Eli Manning. Would I even put them in the same breath when it comes down to like who I think is like the not greater, but the better quarterback? Because once you start saying great, then different things come into play. But when it comes to better,
Right.
Peyton Manning is a far better quarterback than Eli Manning. But when it comes to the greatness, Eli's fucking great.
Yeah.
Why? Because he took chances. He said, you know what? I know what the read's supposed to be, but I know I got Hakeem Nicks on the over there on a one-on-one.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? With little safety help. So I'm gonna throw that ball up and live and die by that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these quarterbacks don't want to make that risk. They want to be, you know, oh, my completion percentage is 68%, and my touchdown to interception ratio is this. So, you know, unless you're Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying, then because he takes risk and he still
that's
has
crazy,
those numbers.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
the
I'm
crazy
saying?
part.
But other quarterbacks, I don't see no one doing that. No one. So I don't want to get into that whole.
Yeah,
we just keep going, man.
I know, man. I'm telling you, we gotta write this shit down, man. Yeah. But
For
I mean, like,
sure.
there's so much to talk about, and that's what we'll utilize. Like I said, guys, we have so much that we can cover for y'all. I look forward to breaking it down.
And I'm sure you guys will actually like it too. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously a lot of our demographic are men. We do get the women. Ladies, let us know what y'all want to talk about. Even though I'm pretty sure I know what y'all want to talk about. Y'all want to know about the ins and outs, how men think. Well, I'm not even say men, how guys think, and all that stuff. And you know, we'll have tons of videos, fun videos for y'all too. Because unlike the Double A Hef channel, this channel, Mass Media, is open for all. Obviously, Double A Hef, I'm only speaking to the quote unquote black man, i.e., black people, guys from the ages of 15 to about 40. So yeah, the women, y'all can watch the video, take whatever you want from it, but I'm not talking to y'all. All right. So on that channel, I'm not. It's not for y'all. You know what I'm saying? You could take what you want from it, but you know, because even to this day, I get the comments from women, and it's like I'm not really here for you. If you want to learn what I'm talking about, talk to your man. Oh, you probably don't have a man, because if you did, you wouldn't be fucking all my comments. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll leave it there. And I'm not trying to, you know, put y'all down. Obviously, I'm trying to lift y'all up. But y'all need to understand that, you know, we go as a community where the men go and not where y'all go. Okay? So, all right, Mike. It's been great, brother. Be safe. Maybe we'll link up on a Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't really have any plans.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. Yeah, what are you guys doing for Super? You guys just watching it at your mom-in-law's?
Maybe I'm off. I might try to. We'll probably do it here, or I'll try to get my mom to host it at her new place.
All right. Yeah.
She's in Edison now. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she's by Middlesex.
Oh.
You know where Solomon used to live?
Yeah.
That same place.
Oh, she's in that. Oh.
Yeah, same place. So it's a nice spot too.
Yeah, they had a nice thing in there too. When Solomon used to. Okay, shit. Yeah, I might have to look at what. I wonder what the rent is over there. I might have to look in there.
Yeah, you gotta have to ask her. I don't know exactly. Or ask Solomon, one of them.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. But yeah, let me know. I mean, I'm down. I don't have any plans for Super Bowl Sunday at all on my end.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Honestly, I was actually supposed to be working. I didn't realize it was Super Bowl Sunday, and I scheduled myself. And then I was like, yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. So.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
Time to be oopsie.
This new woman I hired, you got to be ready to go on your own by Sunday. So
that's hilarious.
I mean, you get to do that when you're the boss. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I'm dead.
Like, yeah. And what sucks is it's the Sunday before Valentine's Day. But the good thing is it's hit or miss, because it's the Sunday, which is Super Bowl Sunday before Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, the day before Valentine's Day is when it starts getting busy. And Valentine's Day itself is very busy for last minute gifts, because mainly it's men buying gifts last minute.
Right.
But men are going to be watching the Super Bowl. So I highly doubt it's going to be that busy on a Sunday for her. So it's not like I'm feeding her to the wolves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then again, you never know. You know,
exactly.
In retail, it could be whatever. It could be.
Let's just hope. Let's just hope.
I really hope, because I don't need her to quit. So, all right. We lost Mike, everybody. I guess he was a little anxious to get off and get to sleep. But I think that was a great episode. So do look forward to. He is back. He made it back.
I think the stream just was like, "Hey, man. Hey."
Yeah. Hey, no, I was just hey now. And all starting. But anyway, I was ending it. So yeah, I'm out, y'all. Much love. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace and love.